Hollywood, Tobin and Leroy, and Hawk, Crowder and Solana. South Florida sports lives here.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less to your price at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with the Marlins, who took 2 of 3 from the Rays with a 4-1 win yesterday. Miami will get a day off today before beginning a 3-game home series with Arizona tomorrow. Over to the Dolphins, who resume OTAs in Miami Gardens today. In the NBA, the Knicks will host the Spurs in Game 3 of the Finals, with New York leading 2-0. Tip-off is at 8:30. And in tennis, Alexander Zverev won the French Open. This is his first Grand Slam win. Joe, say good morning. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, Woody. And you're right, man. I can't even imagine watching all the things you just did in your update or getting a chance to see the highlights if I didn't watch. But I did some serious overdosing, older person viewing of sports this weekend. But Sasha Zverev to now no longer have to hear about the best player in that sport that hasn't won a major. And he doesn't have to hear about Djokovic, Alcaraz, or Sinner. He got one. He got one and never had to play those guys, by the way. Good for him. Doesn't matter. Nobody's going to say down the road, because I saw it already start. Zverev got lucky. One guy was injured, didn't even play in the tournament. And 2 other guys basically melted in the tournament, so melted down because of the heat. Anyway, hey, good for him. You know, as we get into everything, and the Knicks game was in the San Antonio, just unbelievable finish. And, you know, talk about guys that make plays. And again, Wemby had a rough last 20, 25, 30 seconds there. And then Vegas, the Vegas and Carolina game was just wild. Vegas was up 4-0. Carolina scores 4 goals in the third. Oh, you talk about on your way to a major collapse in a championship best of 7. And anyway, they end up getting the win. And Mitch Marner, that story after all the stuff in Toronto. And, you know, he's always been a great player and always put up big numbers, but in the playoffs, and he's disappeared in Toronto. So he's making up for it right now. Something about leaving Toronto and going somewhere else seems to work, because he had 3 goals for Vegas, and then all the other stuff going on. We got the World Cup. Hell, that's starting up in a few days. Golden Tempo. And the reason I bring up Golden Tempo, we don't do a lot of horse racing. He wins the Belmont. He won the Kentucky Derby with these unbelievable, from at the back of the pack to the front with the strong finish, and goes to the outside. And you thought you were, if you watch that race, you thought you were watching the Kentucky Derby again. But the reason I bring it up, Vinny Viola, the owner of the Panthers and co-owner of Golden Tempo. Pretty cool story, man. So Vinny's going, you know, it wasn't a great year for my Panthers, but I got a horse that's doing a lot of winning right now. So congratulations to him. We've got all kinds of other stuff. Sandy Alcantara, 7 innings, looked great last night. Otto Lopez just continues to 2 more hits for him last night. Just Owen Casey makes this unbelievable catch. So anyway, we got a lot of stuff going on. And wait a second, hold on a second now. All this stuff's going on, and I hear Jimmy Buffett, and there's not only the great Jimmy Buffett who we lost, but there's another Jimmy that's alive and well down in the Keys. And that's the former head coach, Hall of Famer, Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy, good morning there, brother. How you doing?
Joe, I'm doing great. I'm going to have a special day. I'm heading to Madison Square Garden.
You got to be kidding me. You going to the basketball game?
You bet. You know, I've actually consulted with both teams on talent evaluation. And Leon Rose, the president of the Knicks, and Wes is my buddy. We've been friends for over 40 years.
Wow.
I've consulted with them. So I'm a Knicks fan. And so, in fact, Leon and Wes drove my Corvette from Dallas to Atlanta for the Super Bowl in 1993. So we've been friends for a long time. I've consulted with their people before. Problem is, R.C. Buford, the general manager of the Spurs, is a friend. He has been to the Keys twice.
Oh boy!
So he stayed in my guest house, and I consulted with him on talent evaluation. And anyway, he knows I'm a Knicks fan, so I texted him 4 days ago, and he hadn't texted me back. He's not real happy. He's not real happy with me.
That's funny. Hey, Jimmy, I got to tell you, man, that is so. People that aren't aware, Jimmy, and we've talked about this. There's two groups that go down to the Keys. There's one group that comes down that you'll meet with, but you like to go to the sports bar, the Jimmy Johnson Sports Bar over there. And you meet them, and then there's the other group that gets invited to the house, including potentially staying in the home next door, and you get done and you eat there and get to see the ocean, man. So that's pretty cool. Hey, by the way, don't think I didn't notice that picture. It was awesome. I didn't know Dave Wanstead's relationship with Coach Halfley. It's a great story. And then I knew somewhere along the line, because I know Dave's story with Jimmy Johnson, and to see the four of you down there in that picture a few days ago. How cool was that?
That was really good, Joe. Yeah, in fact, we spent 3 hours, and it's a great connection. Of course, Wanstead's the last guy to win a playoff game, so they need to get some consulting from him.
We did say that, yes. That's funny. That's funny.
But Halfley was there, and of course, he worked for Dave for 4 years. But Sully is really close to the Avezzano family. And Joe Avezzano was my special teams coach in Dallas.
That's right.
And Sully and his dad, Jerry Sullivan, of course, was in the league for a long time. But I was thoroughly impressed. You know, they are demanding, they're disciplined, they know what it takes. They've got a bunch of guys that are wanting to prove themselves. And there is no doubt in my mind that they will exceed expectations.
Yeah,
they're doing it the right way, Joe.
Yeah, I think everybody's been around and had a chance to kind of sit back, really likes what they're doing. Jim, I always wonder, everybody comes to you, and I know it's still happening here as you're sitting down the Keys. They do want to pick your brain. Tell me about some of the things that never change in sports that you still preach. And I know some things have changed, how you can talk to players and certain things, but certain things just can't change if you're going to win in sports. What are some of those things when those guys ask you? I'm always curious.
Joe, the biggest thing, and just like I told Buford when he was in, I said, really, I don't know anything about basketball. He said, you don't need to tell me about basketball. He said, tell me about talent evaluation and people. I don't care what business you're in, what company you run, what team you coach. It's all about people. If you have the right people around you, you have the right people working for you, you got the right people working with you, you got the right players playing for you, you got the right coaches. It's talent evaluation. That's the most important person in any organization, is who acquires the talent and bringing in the right people.
Yeah. And you got
I told Sully and Halfley, I said, listen, I've been away from the game for a long time, so you don't need to call me about X's and O's. But I love evaluating people. And I said, you surround yourself with the right people, players and coaches and people in the organization. I mean, it doesn't have to be a player or a coach. I'm talking about the guy that delivers the mail. If you've got the right people around you, you're going to be successful.
Yeah, well, that's what the way this was structured, it just looks right. It looks like Sully's able to bring in all the people around him that he wanted. And Halfley obviously has got a lot of the people that he wanted. It just looks like, to your point, they're doing things together, and they're going to do it the right way. I hear about playing hard, willing to learn, don't make the same mistakes, all the things that's the way it's got to be if you're going to win, whether it's 50 years ago or today.
Yeah, Joe, my number one thing is bring in smart people, because, intelligent, players and coaches, they continually get better. You know, and in fact, my saying, they always laughed about it. They said, you know, I always said, hey, hit me in the head with a hammer the next time I take a dumb guy. You know? Now, don't get me wrong. I took a chance on some dumb guys over the years.
Yeah.
But I usually regretted it. But they're the ones that are always problems off the field, et cetera, et cetera. You know, smart people get better and do it the right way. You know, give me somebody that's willing to work around the clock to get the job done. Give me somebody that's passionate about what they do. You know, give me somebody with strong character, because you can't win with bums.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, it's all about people, Joe. You know that.
Yeah, no, listen, and that's what Halfley's been about as they get set for their OTAs for 3 days. I got to tell you, if somebody would have told me Jimmy Johnson would call me in the morning getting ready to go to Game 3 of the New York Knicks, man, I didn't think too many things were going to get you out of the Keys. That is awesome you're going to that game.
Well, Joe, I wouldn't have called you if we had less traffic, but I get bored. I get bored with traffic going to the airport.
That is great. Hey, by the way, Troy Aikman, everybody's raved about Troy Aikman working with the team a little bit. And as a consultant, I've heard nothing but great things from his input to how he's been with those guys and stuff, Jimmy. I think he was your quarterback, obviously, and you know him and good friends with him as well as anybody. He looks like he's been a pretty good addition to what he's added so far.
Yeah, in fact, you know, Troy was down at the house a couple of weeks ago and caught a nice wahoo on the boat. But, you know, like I told him, I said, you know, the thing about Troy, for the last, 20 years, he's been going to all of these clubs. He visits with the general manager. He visits with the coaches. You know, he's got a good evaluation of these people on all these different organizations. So that was great insight on Ross's part as far as bringing in Troy, to be a consultant. And obviously, in my opinion, he did a good job, as far as, Sully and Halfley coming in. Now, the other thing, Sully told me the other day, he said Dan has been great with him. Marino, Sully's talked to, Dan a bunch of times about different quarterbacks in the organization, et cetera. So Sully, he volunteered that. He said, hey, me and Dan have had some great conversations.
Yeah, no, I know Danny has been – I think he's been really happy with everything, including the quarterbacks they have and the working. And, hey, just, again, not taking shots at what was here before, but just going forward, trying to get this cleaned up, Jimmy, and trying to get to the playoffs and stuff is just and the way to do it. And, by the way, how about the way the new rules are set in college football? And Mario Cristobal, Jimmy, has just said, if this is the way we're going to do it, we're going to play it. Let's go.
Mario was down the Keys a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking to him. He said, hey, the way it is right now, it's 24/7, year-round as far as the recruiting, the transfer portal, the NIL, but he's doing it. I'll tell you what, I don't know anything about the talent, but it seems like he's bringing in a bunch of good players.
Yeah. You know what, Jimmy? It's funny that you said that. Could you coach if you were starting all over? And I know you get started and stuff, and you had some great college jobs and won a lot with but today's world, could you do it? And you were over the top. You were so involved. You burn yourself out as you've talked about openly. But Jimmy, could you do it today in today's world of college?
I wouldn't want to do it, Joe. The transfer portal, we were so hard and so demanding on them. The pro scouts would come down to Miami and they'd say, man, it's so easy to evaluate players at the University of Miami because they scrimmage every day.
Yeah, right.
It was a physical practices, and it was a knockdown drag out every single practice. And it was so easy to evaluate, the players because it was like a game every day.
Yeah. And,
that's why those players develop. That's how you develop an offensive line. That's how you develop, players. And, it's hard to develop guys when they're out there in shorts every day.
Yeah. No.
And the other thing is, when you practice that way, there's going to be some guys that are backups that say, "The heck with this, I'm going to go to another team." And so that would have been a problem for me.
For more money too, Jimmy. Like I'm leaving. I'm tired of being a backup. I'm going to another program for more money. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, just as a fan, I mean, I like the loyalty. I like to identify with the players. I like to see one grow up and stay with the team the whole time. Yeah, it just I don't know. I'm not real happy with it. Hopefully, they put some rules in there that that makes it an equal playing field for everybody. But the other thing, just like Texas Tech, they brought their program right back just because of money.
Yeah.
And again, I hate seeing that. But what I think? I told somebody the other day. I think some of these boosters are going to get tired of it. Giving money, and especially if their team's not winning. They're going to do it for a few years. Say, well, enough of this.
Yeah.
And so maybe it would correct itself. I don't know.
Well, Jimmy, that's going to be fun to watch. Hey, listen, we got to go. And I didn't get a chance to get into all the fishing and great Mexican food and those cold beers you've been drinking this morning. But I want to thank you. Anytime you're bored in the morning in the Keys, just give me a heads up and come on in, man. Love to have you on with us all the time. Thank you, Jimmy.
Okay, we're going to have a ball at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, you are. I got a feeling you're in a real good seat, too. All right, Jimmy.
All right. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. Jimmy Johnson joining us from the Keys, stuck in traffic. All right. Oh, that's too funny, man. All right. Hey, we got a lot of stuff. Sometimes you get a real good curveball and it just breaks right across the middle of the plate, man. A lot of stuff to get to here this morning. Jimmy, nothing like Jimmy Johnson getting me going in the morning and a big boy Dunkin' Donut coffee. What a combination. Hey, man, trucks, SUVs, and great cars ain't a bad way to go. And by the way, it's only fitting Jimmy Johnson, Mr. Corvette himself. And boy, he's had them all. He loves his Corvettes. And I'm going to tell you about your South Florida Chevy dealers. I'm not going to tell you about all the great-looking Corvettes. Boy, this latest one is at a different level. But if you're looking for a truck that's built for Florida work and for the Florida fun, head to your local South Florida Chevy dealers and check out the incredible Chevy lineup. If a rugged midsize truck is what you're looking for, Chevy Colorado is where capable meets comfortable, from Colorado Custom to the ZR2. It's got the right tools to exceed your expectations or turn things up a notch with the Chevy Silverado. From the custom Trail Boss to the Silverado EV with 10 models and 4 powerful engine choices, Silverado delivers an impressive balance of strength, dependability, and efficiency. Or step up to the hardworking capability you can count on with a Chevy Silverado HD. Choose from the powerful LTZ with premium style and substance to match, or go to the biggest with the Chevy Silverado HD High Country. Got everything you need there, big boys. So for your best Florida life, Chevy got a Florida truck for you. Visit your local South Florida Chevy dealers today. Together, let's drive. If it's going
Get on the roadways early this morning. If you're heading out the door, the traffic report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach. No major issues this morning in Miami-Dade. A bit of traffic building along Florida's Turnpike and northbound between Biscayne Drive and Coral Reef Drive out of Broward. You're moving at posted speeds. That's traffic. I'm Alia Escobar on FM 104.3, and you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
Time for weather brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com. It is 78 degrees. The low chance of rain here today. And Joe, how about that early morning call from Jimmy?
Oh my God. Yeah, no, it's great. Great talking to Jimmy.
Might be the toughest ticket in the history of our country here, Joe. I think tonight.
It might be. You're right. And by the way, the ratings, I know hockey ratings have been up too, but boy, the NBA is that game the other night peaked right at almost 20 million viewers. That was at the peak. It averaged almost 17 million viewers. And so anyway, yeah, there's been great stuff. And hey, and I already heard it. Oh no, the basketball, whatever, but the hockey, look what happened the other day was unbelievable. Vegas up 4-0. And at home, and Carolina scores 4 goals in the third. I mean, you're thinking great collapse, right? This is the one. You lose that game, there's a chance that you're crushed. I mean, that's got Cavs written all over it, man. They just folded the 10 after that. But they find, way to get that goal in double overtime and just a wild one. But the Knicks tonight, not only they're up 2-0 and wild finish again the other night, but the price of those tickets. We're sitting here complaining about World Cup prices for these games coming up all over North America. But, boy, I'll tell you what. Jeez. Those prices up in New York, man. I'll be watching on TV and can't wait to see what happens tonight for this young San Antonio team after losing 2 games in a row at home. And the Knicks, by the way, 13 straight playoff wins now. So just crazy, remarkable stuff going on that's been really, really fun to watch. We listen, man, I always say this, and yesterday I'm watching the end of golf, and they played a few extra holes, and one guy misses a putt, the other guy makes it to win, and talking about tennis and the pressure on Zverev with all these top players out, and this was his chance, and he knew for a week, and he puts it away, and he got a little scare. The guy wins, takes it down to the wire, and but he wins. It's just it's great to see how everybody plays, the good and bad under pressure. Wemby, has been a topic because he's made some mistakes and hasn't had big games. But listen, man, he's gonna be a great player. Nobody's arguing with that. But maybe the surprise for me in that series of everything, Karl Anthony Towns has really played well. And you kind of wondered after what happened in the last round against Oklahoma City, you're kind of wondering, and the way he dominated, what it was going to be like for Karl Anthony Towns. And he's putting up great numbers, and their whole group has done well. Actually, Brunson didn't play great in that last. He had some shots at the end, but overall did not shoot the ball well in that game. But they find a way to hold on and get the win after big comeback by San Antonio. So just the finals have been great for everything. It really has. It's what you hope. You turn on a finals, you don't want to see blowouts unless it's your team. You want to see if I'm sitting back. I don't really care about who wins in either one, but I enjoy watching great play and see who plays well in the big moments, and that's what we've been getting so far. Hey, speaking of that, Jimmy mentioned this too. We've got the OTAs, man. 3 more days of OTAs for the Miami Dolphins, and then it's off season. And you probably saw the pictures over the weekend. I saw Dave Wanstead was down in the Keys with Soley and Half and Jim and head coach down there, hanging with Jimmy for a little bit. And so it was great having him on to talk a little bit about that as well as this game tonight. It's going to be wild, and can't wait. Can't wait to see it. And I got a feeling Woody would not be surprised. I don't know what the biggest ratings of all time are, but man, this thing could have big numbers, and probably going to be a good game again, unless these guys, it's going to be loud now. It's going to be the who's who. It'll be a new level of who's who tonight, right? With the people that got those tickets and what they paid down in the first couple of rows.
Well, the spread is very unusual on this game tonight. You would have thought the Knicks would be heavily favored, right?
About 4 or 5 points, no?
2.5 points. I would have thought the Knicks, coming home with. Do you think the Spurs have anything left? Like, felt like if they were going to get one, man, they had to find a way to close out.
I agree.
That game too. There,
you don't usually
Wemby
lose.
Throws it against the guy's back.
Yeah.
Late
Oh my
in the
God.
game.
Guy never
He had a great look, by the way.
Had a great look
At the end. I mean,
I have no problem. I have no problem with him taking that shot. Yes.
He's still trying to do way too much by himself, though. Where he starts dribbling up top and puts the ball on the floor. And the problem with that is guys are swiping at it. He's just too big.
Well, his problem started with that pass that hit his man square in the back.
Bad.
Didn't see it coming.
But everything broke in the Spurs' way to end that game, to get back into it. I mean, they were dead.
They were dead.
Right, to get back into it.
I saw a lot of people blaming the coach, too, for not calling a timeout and getting set up with that young team. Like, hey, what are you doing? You act like you got a veteran team out there. You got a bunch of young dudes running around that have never been in this atmosphere of what you're going through. Call a friggin' timeout.
It really felt, though, like they had to get that one.
The
Knicks could sweep them. They went to, obviously they went tonight. The series over, but
oh no, the next game
this has sweep written all over.
The next game's going to be Celebration New York, partying at its best.
Yeah.
So
they win tonight. I'm guessing tonight's game will be close. They win tonight. The Thursday or Wednesday will whatever be a blowout.
Well, listen, man, we're going to be talking if the Knicks go on and sweep this thing, you're going to be talking not only about the long drought being over and winning what that would be 15 straight games if in the playoffs. They're going to be talking about one of the great champions of all time in the NBA. When you go on and win that many games, they're going to be – that's different level, man. I don't care who you're playing in the playoffs. You find a way to win, and they've had comebacks. Well, hell, they're down 22 against the Cavs.
Well, remember what everyone was saying. Whoever comes out of the West, the Western Conference Finals, those are the finals this year. It doesn't matter.
It's
and the Knicks have taken it to these guys, man.
And that same group, the Knicks, they everybody's got their role, and it seems like even if one guy has a little bit of a bad game, the other guys pick it up. But they're starting five, and a couple of guys they got basically coming off the bench. It just kicked in at the right time, late in the year. Hell, everybody forgets they were the number 3 team coming out of the East.
Yeah, but they got a guy, like you're right. Everyone knows their role on that team, and all those guys have stepped up. But they got a guy in the fourth quarter that closes.
They got to close.
Averaging 10 points per fourth quarter or something.
He
is closing these games out, and that's the big difference right now.
He loves and hits big shots late.
That same shot twice in games 1 and 2. That little,
I know.
10,
same deal. That
footer.
Little fadeaway.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and just never changes. And you could tell he's the personality of that team, man. He is. It's at the end of the day, but he's gotten great supporting cast. They play great together. Obviously, everybody's got a little different personality, but just good stuff, man. A lot of good stuff. So
can you imagine if the Spurs win this game tonight, though? Really make this thing a series, man.
Well, you do that, then
I know the spread is so weird on this game. Again, I would have thought the Knicks would have been pretty decently favored in this game. I mean, they've outplayed those guys pretty thoroughly, with the exception of the closing moments of Game 4.
I am always a big believer in you got to work your way up and experience and all that stuff. And occasionally when you do get a young team, I mean, it doesn't happen very often, man. MJ didn't win championships early. I remember him scoring a ton of points in the Celtics. He'd score 50 and they'd get knocked out early by the Celtics. But
LeBron didn't either.
No. And so, it doesn't just happen overnight when everybody's giving Wemby at age 21 or 22 years old. Hell, you got 2 guys that plays a lot on that group. They're all high first round picks, but they're like 20 and 21 years old or 19 and 20. So they're going to be there, man. I'll tell you what, one thing, no matter what happens, I wouldn't change. If you look at the teams in the NBA right now where you're going, hey, we don't need to do anything in the offseason. Just keep the guys we have and the draft or whatever. But as far as bringing in guys, boy, San Antonio should just go, hey, we're set. Our core of young dudes, we're in good shape. We don't need to change anything. We just need more playoff experience, and we got it. We got it.
This feels like it has the potential to be the most watched NBA game ever, right?
Yeah, so I'm
Like
saying.
it's. I mean, this is going to be.
I'm teasing you though. I'm always careful.
Everyone's got to tune in at the beginning, right?
Yeah,
See
but
what the Garden
Woody,
looks like
I'm just going to do you a favor because you always do this ever as a young guy.
This could be though. This has the potential.
I don't know, but MJ put up some big numbers when he was playing in finals. That documentary runs every weekend. Case it's like if anything's dead on ESPN, they go run a Jordan documentary part 4.
Just curious your take on this. By the way, a lot of people are saying the game should have been yesterday and that they missed an opportunity. I think you start that game yesterday, 7:00 Sunday night. There was nothing on TV last night.
I agree, but they've always the travel day.
Numbers. I know,
and give the guys an extra day because I heard this with the.
It felt like everyone was missed opportunity there to not have that game.
The only
on a
thing
Sunday.
is, man, you want guys rested up to get the best of from everybody, and if an extra day, travel the whole deal. Anyway, hey, we've got to go to break here on a Monday morning. A lot of stuff going on. We'll come back. We got a lot of Dolphin stuff as Omar couldn't help himself over the weekend. But he followed it up strong with his article yesterday. Omar came in strong, but he just couldn't help himself with the quarterback situation. He was that Friday or Saturday he wrote that. He just seemed a little bored. He just said, the competition thing at quarterback. And I was like, oh, Omar, let him learn the names of all their teammates and get to know each other, get used to their new numbers, their new system before you decide that you want more open competition. Hey, Quinn Ewers had a great offseason. He really has. I mean, he has had, but calm down a little bit, my man. Calm down a little bit. Baptist Health South Florida, man. I want to talk about them for just a second here this morning. Well, I'll tell you what, it is nice to have one of the best sports medicine programs in the country. The bad news is it's just reality. Sooner or later, if you're active, it doesn't matter what age you are. Doesn't matter if you're a high school, college, professional athlete, or anywhere else. If you're competitive, and I know I'm way too competitive, you're going to get hurt. And then you got to go and see. Well, it sure is nice to have Baptist Health South Florida, one of the top sports medicine programs in the country. They have put together. Where do the pros go? Inter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, and the Miami Dolphins all trust those great doctors they put together. Great team doctors, great specialists for the knee and shoulder and foot and ankle and hand specialists, back specialists, hip and knee replacement, Achilles. Surgeons that know how to get you healthy quickly, man. They've done it all. They've seen every injury from every age of athlete. And the good news and why I'm talking about it is they have time to see all of us out there with the team they have put together, man. I call it the all-star lineup with great facilities to go with it. That's how you become a top sports medicine program. Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium next to the Miami Dolphins training facility in 595 and Pine Island in Plantation. Just visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One goal every day. One goal. It's about getting you back out playing the sports you love the most. Welcome back. Good morning. Happy Monday morning to everybody out there. So we got the kids now home for a few days, and I guess a lot of people probably starting those camps today, getting those kids up early, trying to figure a way to keep them all busy this summer, especially before your vacations and everybody's working and trying to make some adjustments in your life. And then on top of that, we've just got so much stuff going on and more to come with the World Cup starting up this week and all the other stuff. French Open just finished up a couple of weeks of clay court tennis on their way to Wimbledon now and get ready for the grass. And we haven't even talked about this. The Marlins, Sandy Alcantara, nice outing for him. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. They take 2 or 3 from the Rays with a 4-1 win, 11 comeback wins on the season for them, and some really, really good stuff yesterday. Aggressive base running. Owen Casey makes a great catch. Recently, man, he's made some really nice catches, either coming in or going back. And, they showed it again, and I thought, well, these guys might have got to exaggerate a little. He caught it over the fence, man. That was going to be a home run. Makes a great catch to save some runs there. And then on top of that, Otto Lopez has 2 more hits. He's hitting 336, 86 hits on the season. So good stuff for them. They've all of a sudden won 5 of 6 after losing 5 in a row. So they've been able to come back. They're off today. And then good time to catch games if you're going to Marlins Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Arizona's in town. And up next is Max Meyer, who is on fire right now. Max Meyer is on fire. He's pitching great. So, a little bit of everything and a lot of stuff going on. We're going to get into the football stuff. Omar, by the way, his article, did he come out with that last night, Woody, or this morning? But a really good article on the Dolphins. One of his best articles for me, just to watch and not as stirred up. And you're going, where did that come from? For me personally, what he did it on is good, man. Good stuff. Player development. Dolphins should be, it's going to be the growth of this group, and a lot of it's going to have to do with, the GMs and his staff have drafted these guys. Now it's head coach and his staff to develop them as quickly as possible and figure out what you have and you don't have, and sit back and see these young players, the upside of them, and the whole thing. And he breaks down a lot of different players, starting with defensive line coach Austin Clark and Chop Robinson, and then working his way inside to the 3 defensive tackles going in to their second season. All really important for those 3 now that they've all played a lot of football. Hell, 2 of them played a lot of football last year. So to see what the jump's going to look like with the experience that they have now and in their new system that they're going to be using. And how they'll be used. I think we're all curious to see how everybody's going to be used in this offense and defense and what they're going to come up with. So we'll have Omar on about that. The other one, now listen, it's just me, and I caught it, and I was like, oh, man, really? Did you? Everything was going so well. Did you really have to bring up the whole thing with Hewers, nice offseason, isn't competing with the Dolphins starting quarterback? There will be I would just say, in my opinion, the timing of who and the competition and all that, because I know a lot of you do like that, and especially, you guys think everything should be wide open, and you knew right away, like, it's a waste to bring it up. First move they made was a guy they've been with, not just for a cup of coffee, they've been with for a couple years. And they said Malik Willis is starting quarterback and all the things he can do. We just got to put this system in. It's his team, and let's get going. Meanwhile, Quinn Ewers has really been you go out there, Quinn Ewers plays well, man. This is not Quinn Ewers hating. He has been really good throwing the football. The guys he throws to, and he has just done you're going, all right. Hey, those 3 games last year really helped him. You can tell his confidence screaming that and he's in a good situation where he is right now. But listen, man, we put those pads on. The upside of the other guy and what they're going to be doing, and he's got to continue to work at it. But Malik Willis is he's starting quarterback right now. He is. And he'd have to be really bad to lose that job and not develop. Then they've got another guy to go to. But I just don't know after a few OTAs. Well, I do know. After a few OTAs and mini camps, and it's not like Malik's been bad now. And you've just decided that this should be open. There's just, you're right, whatever you want. But then he follows it up. He came in strong with this article today. I really like player development and did a nice job of explaining the whole thing and kind of philosophy of Coach Half and everybody else. And now we'll sit back. We're gonna have some great stories this year. We got now these OTAs the next 3 days, but next 3 out of 4 days. But we're gonna have we're gonna sit back together. I got a great seat to see who plays well, who gets better and better, and then there will be some guys that are gonna hit the wall. Not saying they're done, they're just gonna hit the wall early. We'll have somebody or 2 or 3 will lose confidence. And then you're just going to have some guys that just don't work out. You're going to go, ooh, got to update. Ooh, we got to upgrade that one. Ooh, we got to upgrade that one. And that's not okay. But we will have some nice stories. And hopefully a lot of those nice stories have to do with the draft of this year and draft of last year. So that'd be a nice one if we get to that right now again. And then summer practices will pick up. The tests will become more important for the players. That's why putting in this system, going back over it, they've stopped some of the new stuff to go back through some of the old stuff to make sure everybody's learning. Because listen, man, if you don't learn all this stuff in the offseason, you're going to be way behind because they're going to start, everything's going to happen fast. Once camp starts, first few days, not then. But soon as we get close to that preseason and you start the practices with other teams, and now the coaches are looking at you a little differently. Like, hey, man, that's the same mistake you made in OTAs. How many times have I told you? You got outside containment. You can't get blocked inside. Or we can't trust you. We can't play you. And those type of things will pop up. I'm not saying it's over for them, especially young guys, because they're not getting rid of all their draft choices, but it will cut down on development and trust in these situations. And then dumb guys just can't play. Dumb guys will just, Jimmy Johnson said that. Man, I agree. Don Shula, Bo has talked about some guys we played with that just weren't very smart, super athletic, that just couldn't play. And some stayed around because of where they were drafted for a couple years. And I'm not saying any names, but some guys that played with, you could use the same move on them every day and they never adjusted. And so that's going to be part of this. You hope you got smart guys that you trust that will be in the right place at the right time so you can get creative and put in a lot of defensive and offensive packages for different guys to give them a chance. And that's what they're going to try to do. We got 7 o'clock hour coming up here. And a big night, man, big night. Can the Knicks? Yeah, man, I'm curious too. This team is it's been an unbelievable team. And they got great stories. And you know what's funny? If you just look back, if it seemed like 3 or 4 months ago, everybody was ripping Bridges, Karl Anthony Towns, gave up too much for this guy and that guy. Nobody's talking about Brunson now. Brunson's been good for a while now. But they got a closer, and they got a real nice supporting cast of guys around them that are really, really playing well. Karl Anthony Towns has played a lot better than I thought. I thought Wemby was going to pack him early and get some demons in his head, and he is like, kid, you don't know all this stuff. By the way, Karl Anthony Towns, remember all the stuff's been said about him by everybody, including other players? Anybody remember Jimmy Butler and the Minnesota thing? I do, because I don't let things go. I remember. Anyway, what are you laughing about, Woody? You getting on me. You getting ready to get on me a little bit here.
Nah, it's all right. Karl Anthony Towns found his match with a guy who plays pretty soft too. So Wemby's not exactly a bruiser.
Don't have to be a bruiser. You go up and throw up shots.
Wemby's got to work. His game is a little strange. Don't you think? Like he's again trying to do a lot from far out. Like he's trying to drive in, and he needs to find a way to play where he could put his back to the basket.
Hey, guess
get
what?
Positioning inside.
Hey, guess what, man? That sounds great. Except look at what you want. Let's talk about Spo. What he's doing with his big guys now.
I know. There's
Everybody, every 7-footer shooting threes now. Hey, Bam, this is what we want you to work on the offseason, your three-point shot. Yep. That's what they told him last year. Hey, you're 6'9", 6'10". Yeah, we need you inside, but, man, you got open threes. That's the new game, man. We got all this research and analytics. Threes for me. Hey, I want to talk to you about something else here this morning before we hit this 7 o'clock hour. Omar Kelly's going to be joining us. Hey, maybe be behind us right now. It's Mental Health Month, but, boy, I'll tell you what, your mental health is still front and center, especially with Recovery Unplugged. Recovery Unplugged's mental health residential program in Fort Lauderdale is your private sanctuary to reset. Dr. Barry and the team blend expert care with music-based healing in a beautiful, comfortable space. I'm so glad I went down there, spent time with Dr. Barry and his staff. Got to see them all, and I realized, man, it's hitting a lot of guys and women that are older and just things, and people have had great success stories that have just gotten in a funk, man. Depression, anxiety's kicked in to the point something's happened in your life that's knocked you off the road a little bit. Boy, I'll tell you what, they got some programs that are just so impressive. This is the best couple hours I've ever spent to see what the work and what they're doing. When you start talking about the music-based healing in a beautiful, comfortable space, they accept most major insurance plans. Call 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplug.com. Let's heal out loud, even in June.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed NBA champion Miami Heat, Miami Hurricanes basketball, and now the new home of the two-time World Series winner Miami Marlins.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Darrell Hyundai in Miami. We go to the beach for a little solcito, and when we want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito with Darrell Hyundai. Starting with the Marlins, who took 2 of 3 from the Rays with a 4-1 win yesterday. Miami will get a day off today before beginning a 3-game home series with Arizona tomorrow. Over to the Dolphins, who resume OTAs in Miami Gardens today. In the NBA, the Knicks will host the Spurs in Game 3 of the Finals with New York leading 2-0. Tip-off is at 8:30. And in tennis, Alexander Zverev won the French Open. This is his first Grand Slam win. Joe, back to you.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. So there he is. He goes in the second week. And they go, hey, Sasha Zverev, you realize all the guys are out of the tournament. Alcaraz out with a wrist injury, not going to be playing for a while. You got Djokovic loses to Fonseca, one of those long matches, and everybody knows that at 30, almost 39 years old, Joker, one problem he has, as good as he is, and clearly still one of the best 3 or 4 players in the world, but in the heat, when you can't wrap it up in the first 3 sets and he has to play extra and he ends up playing long matches, it destroys him. And then Sinner, crazy story, who's used to playing in the heat and everything, he melts it under 2 hours and literally needs 1 game to win. And just, I mean, when you run out of gas, and if you've ever been dehydrated playing a sport, and it heads south, there's nothing you can do about it. They can throw some of the best electrolytes in the world in you, man. There's nothing you can do during a timeout. So he loses. So now Zverev goes in the second week, and everybody's going, hey, man, you're the guy. Oh, my God, you're going to get your first win. And he did. He was able to do it against the other, obviously still a lot of really good players. And Caboli, who he played against from Italy, was a feisty one yesterday in a nice match, fun match to win. Again, because they're all saying I watched way too much of the French Open, and they had this, who's the best player to not win a tournament? We always do that. Everybody in every show. Hey, and Charles Barkley sits on there in the most popular show that we have, and he's got to hear about how great he was as an individual player, but he never won a championship. And so Zverev got it done, man. Best player. I think he's 29 years old in that sport to not win a major, and he got one. Ends up getting it, and so congratulations to him. And also Mira Andreeva, a 19-year-old Russian. She wins her first championship as well, with everybody knocked out of that tournament after Sabalenka went out. So it was just a wild one, man. Really cool. And now this Knicks story is another great story. They're up 2-0. 13 straight playoff wins, and so they're home tonight, and it is going to be wild. I would not miss the pregame and that game tonight. Even if you got to give up a little sleep going into Tuesday, you got to watch that sucker to see what's going to happen. And by the way, Vegas and the Hurricanes, man, have been just great stuff. That was crazy. They are up 4-0, cruising along. Vegas 4-0 in third period. You're saying that game's over. 4-0. You're talking about 2 teams in the Stanley Cup. That game's over. And the next thing you know, Carolina 4 goals in a row to tie it up in the third period and send that thing into overtime. Just great stuff, man. Great, fun stuff to watch. A lot of good stuff. By the way, the Marlins get 2 out of 3 against the Rays. They got today off before getting set for 3 games with Arizona. Got another day off today, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And Sandy Alcantara has a nice outing. Got some help defensively. Owen Casey catches one off the top of the fence there, brings it back. A nice play by him. And Otto Lopez continues to hit the you-know-what out of the baseball. Hitting .336, 86 hits on the season. And just unbelievable. I mean, screaming all-star And I know it's early in the season before you start saying that, but boy, he has just been fantastic to watch at shortstop for the Marlins. We've got OTAs today, and Omar Kelly's going to join us coming up here at 7:25, and we'll talk to Omar a little bit as we got 3 OTAs left, and then that's it. I told you the most important speech is coming up at the end of OTAs on that last day when you call them up, and you call them up in a huddle, or you may have it in a meeting too. You may have that meeting after you watch tape as a team. But you go, hey, we put in a lot of good work. Don't do anything stupid. Keep the relationships clean with the girlfriend and the wife. Don't do anything stupid there. Driving, drink. It sounds like a kid, right? I mean, it sounds like, hey, we all have to have these, like, hey, don't drink and drive. Take Uber. I'll pay for it if you drink too much. Leave your car. Leave your car wherever it is if you decide and you ended up drinking more than you thought. Leave it. I don't mind picking it up. I won't say a word. And then one of your kids takes you up on it, right? So I did. I'm not saying my children, but. And so next day, hey, got home with Uber. So she got up late in the morning. Hey, can you give me a ride? And I knew it was kind of a test too. I drove down, got the car in the parking lot where she was. Brought it home, didn't say a word. Wanted to say something. I ain't going to lie now. I wanted to say a little something, but yeah, man, same things you're telling your football team. Same exact thing you're telling your football team, man. Make good decisions after this week. I don't want to read. I want to be able to go on my vacation like you're going on your vacation, and I want to know that I can still pencil you in as part of this team and not worry about you like some other coaches are doing right now. Andy Reid's talking about maybe his best receiver getting his 30 days done for breaking probation from one of the dumbest things we've ever seen, speeding. I think he had both cars. The 2 cars were speeding. One was his, and he had rented the other one. And then they take off running. So broke probation, smoking pot. Got 30 days, man. So they're working out, and Andy's going, he'll be back. He's learned another lesson. And we'll get it. So you just hope that those days, Jimmy talked about all that stuff off the field too. Jimmy Johnson mentioned that this morning when he joined us to start the show in a 6 o'clock hour, man. And by the way, there's been no signs of it with this group. There's been no signs of anything, man. It has been all work. It's been, I know he's happy with the tempo out there and everything else. And so that's a good start. Now go out and earn. And by the way, these jobs, in real life, these jobs don't, outside of sports, these jobs where you get a chance to make the team and make anywhere from $600 to $1 million, they don't happen out in the real world. So you better take advantage of them, man. It's just a great opportunity, and talked about having a pretty good idea on Friday, Woody, of who is going to be around. And you start to look at the groups that they've been running with, and I look out there and go, yeah, man, that's going to be the starting 5 on the offensive line. When Austin Jackson comes back, that's the starting 5. And you look at the linebackers, you got a pretty good idea there. It's going to be a rotation, but you know who's going to start, pretty good idea, and who's going to play a lot. And you have that in probably 65 or 70% of this team right now. But, man, give yourself a chance. Be smart, man. Be smart. Pretty sad you have to even talk about that. But after the guy we just had here.
I think that's calmed down, though, over the years, hasn't it?
Has it calmed down around here?
We had an incident too, but I think in general that whole, like, I know what you're talking about, the dead period right now between, this and camp, but I think it's calmed down a little around the league.
Our best player. Oh, yeah.
It used to be.
No. It used to be a lot worse. You're right, Woody. You're right. You are right about that. But listen, man, so they sit in meetings, Chris and Mike, and go, well, best player in our team's our wide receiver. And you know, when he's on the football field, he's fine. But anything else from the time he tells us why he's got to leave early or why he came late, you know,
getting them there was half the battle. Getting into the game, yeah.
Just the potential of, and a lot of people, when you're really good, you defend them and like, hey, we got to put up with some of this. Let's just hope it's nothing real bad. And I end up doing that myself. I look like an ass clown.
I can promise you the team won't have any of those issues this year.
None.
There's no one on this team that probably feels they're really, really safe.
Well, the guys that are here are guys
Maybe
that are
running back,
solid as a rock.
Yeah, I don't think there's too many guys that are going to screw around.
Across the board. But last year and the year before, you had a few guys who were, like, okay, but
you also paid a lot of guys a lot of money.
I got it.
Once you pay a guy a lot of money, then things kind of change a little bit, don't they?
No, that's not true. That's not true with all guys that you pay money to in football.
Not true with all guys, but there are some guys.
A lot of guys not true. Like Zach Sealer's making really good money. You worry about Zach Sealer?
Not a good example, no.
Okay.
But there are a lot of guys, this in every sport, not just football, but they get their big paycheck, and that's that. Well, there's been a lot of guys over the years that have started to mail it in after they get that big check.
The good news about this team,
nobody's got a big check.
We don't have a lot of guys getting a lot of big checks, so we're okay. We're okay with that. Hey, we got Omar Kelly going to join us here in a few minutes, and we'll talk to him. Yeah, you're right, Woody. But, boy, I'll tell you what, the last guy, because some of his stuff continues even this offseason. Once he gets healthy, God bless you, whoever picks him up. Hope you get the good version. Hope you do.
Who do you think it'll be, KC?
I think once he shows he can run and stable, and a doctor signs off on that knee being 100%. Yeah, I think he's going to play again. I don't know if it's right away though. We haven't heard anything, man. It's really
that
weird.
Kansas City thing. If you imagine they had him with that other guy, that has a interesting potential for disaster.
Well,
I hope they don't become friends.
Yeah, but they went through it and they kept him because he's so damn good too. Then we gave up a lot to get him because we were like, damn, he's so good.
Is that an excused absence from all these things when you're in jail? You're serving a 30-day sentence. Is that an excused? You have to be excused from these things, don't you?
I think he's a really good guy. I listen to the way those guys talk about him and how much they need him. Can't wait for him to get back. And you remember that? Tight end and quarterback.
Yeah, he's a great player.
You saw what he did to us over in Germany. He just carved us up.
Sure.
And he ain't got us in the playoff game. All right. Hey, listen, we got to go to break here. We've got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning. But before we get to Omar Kelly, it is hurricane season officially, man. I want you to protect your home. And if you haven't, you've been thinking about it and you're trying to figure out who you want to use, how about Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing? How about that? How about 0% financing and 0 down before you start with the windows and doors? And maybe a new roof. Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. No interest, no payments for a year. And speaking of roofing material, they do it all. Tile, shingle, metal flat. And by the way, besides the roofing part of their company, they do repairs 24/7 for you as well. So you got that covered. $6 per month per window installed. Don't wait for the next storm. They cover all of South Florida, and they do it all from start to finish, HOA approvals, and everything else. All the permits you might need from the city or county, never a problem. They'll get out. They got a staff that does nothing but deal with those people. And licensed and insured contractors, and also the official Dolphins window and doors partner. Hey, we want to let you know, man, that Loctite's ready to help you. Make sure you have a great experience. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com, or you can call 954-500-LOCK. Talk to their professional staff during working hours. They'll get you started. Knowledgeable, friendly people want to make sure you have a great experience.
WQAM. Three-row SUV in stock and on sale now. Call 305-KENDALL today.
Seen a lot more traffic on the roadways this morning, traveling in Miami-Dade. This traffic report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach, Dolphin Expressway eastbound. You're slow from Lejeune to Northwest 17th Avenue. Also tapping those brakes. This is sitting along I-95 southbound from Northwest 125th Street to 95th Street. No major issues. And at Broward, you're looking good. You're moving at posted speeds. That's traffic. I'm Aliyah Escobar on FM 104.3. And you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale. One location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com, Joe.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. And the Dolphins about ready to get to that offseason. 3 days of OTAs. Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist. And Omar, I'm going to start with, I love your article. I read it this morning. I don't know when you came out with it, but it was great. Very good. Excellent. One of my, I enjoyed it. You pretty much
player development,
the development, and you did a breakdown with everything from chop to development of young guys and learning the system and tied it in with the head coach. It was good. So it's going to be about development. You're right. It's going to be, wins and losses obviously on Sunday, but it's going to be about, we're going to find out who can play and who can't.
Here's the thing. If we get more players develop and take the next step and can say we're a proven NFL start. He's a proven NFL starter and can start for 16 other NFL teams. If we get more of those players than wins, I'm good with that season. Yeah. Five players like that, whether it be a Zeke Biggers or a Juju Brents or whether it's a Tutu Atwell, Jalen Tolbert. I really, Malik Willis, if we get 5 players where we say, hey, this is a real legitimate NFL starter, then it's been a good season.
Yeah, I think we're curious. I had said before and to start this morning, besides this draft they just had, the one before that they had nothing to do with, and see the development of some of those guys. Hey, for you, couple of breakouts, and we'll get in the quarterback situation from your article before that, but just in general, a couple of breakout players through the mini camps and OTAs for you that have stood out, considering there's, they're new to the system and there's no pads on.
Yeah, let's start with no pads, so it's very hard to evaluate the offensive and defensive linemen, but physically, Jordan Phillips and Zeke Biggers, they just look different. They've redefined their body. Zeke Biggers looks like a defensive end now. I put up on Twitter a comparison photo of where he was when he came in as a rookie to where he is now, and you could clearly see he shed about 30 pounds. Jordan Phillips looks like a big hulking, just thick, just a thick, strong player. You got the Dante Trader Jr. It's clear that he's taken another step forward. Whether he's an NFL starter or not, we don't know. And then you got Juju Brents, who just, we saw Juju for 2 games last year, and it was about the best cornerback play that we can get south of Rasul Douglas. And I'm curious to see if that can translate to 16, 17 games. I actually like the tight end unit. I know that's your area of specialties.
I like it. I think it's a good group. I do.
I thought it was the best group on the team. Obviously they didn't have pads on, so we don't know who could do the inline work and who can't do the inline work, but there's something special about that group. And I'm not sure I would add a Jonnu Smith to that unit, because I think that there are about 3 guys on that unit that could play.
Ben Sims is the one that surprised me of that group.
Absolutely.
I was like, Ben Sims is smooth, and he's been around the league now, and they know him very well. But what a nice little story that's been. All right, so I got to ask you about the article before that, and people calling me. Hewer's nice offseason isn't competing to be the Dolphins starting quarterback, but maybe he should.
Yeah,
you couldn't help yourself.
You know
You
what?
couldn't
Joe?
get out of OTAs and minicamp. And by the way, he is really, and I've said this, and yes, he's been really good in camp.
He's been really good. The one issue that I have, I've been covering this team since 2007, and it's universal across the board. It doesn't matter who's the top executive, who's the head coach. The one thing this franchise has feared and run from, and absolutely can't just terrified of, is quarterback competition. And I think quarterback competition is healthy. If Malik Willis is a clear-cut starter and worthy of $45 million, if you give him the same weaponry and same offensive line as Quinn Ewers, it should look better, correct? And that's why I'm not saying that we carry this on 2 weeks. I just would like to see each of them with the same unit so I can compare it apples to apples. That's not happening. They said it would happen. It's not happening. I'm not surprised it's not happening. But Quinn has a faster processing time. It's like a computer with I'm not a computer genius, but it's like more
He reads
RAM.
things. He reads things
Yes.
quicker and knows where to go with the ball.
Absolutely. And this isn't because he's been in this offense or because he's got more familiarity. We saw that last year. He's just taking it another step forward. And if I had to tell you what an area of concern I do have from Malik Willis is the processing is a little slow. Now, can I sit here and say that that's because of the weaponry? I probably can say that's because of the weaponry he's working with. But I would like to be able to see it on equal playing field, apples to apples.
But you knew when they came in here and they signed Malik, and they've seen him up close. They obviously looked at Quinn Ewers' last 3 games. They're aware of it.
Yeah. It wasn't good.
They made a decision right there. Like, Quinn, come in, compete like you're a starter, get yourself ready to go. But it's pretty obvious. And I know they're not going to come out because they want everybody to compete. And that's always the story. But
that's bull crap.
But you can look right now at the team. I can look at who's lining up. I said this Friday, 65, 70%. I know who's going to start short of being in.
There's no competition going on. They say there's competition, but I don't see any.
But let me ask you a question. Outside starting 5, would you make any, with Austin Jackson comes back at right tackle? You got a pretty good idea who the starting 5 is going to be, unless Savaianaya is just awful.
I think DJ Campbell should get an equal opportunity to play right guard, just like Savaianaya. And
I think he will during camp, though.
Okay, then let's do that. I'm going to be.
You're already, but you're working off like a few days of OTAs and mini camps and getting on them about.
They've had now probably at the end of this week they'll probably have 15 total practices on the field. Okay, why don't I see any depth chart changes? Why don't I see any guys? I do see there's a couple like Ben Sims. He's clearly doing something. Then there's a competition at safety between Zane Anderson and the Lonnie Johnson Jr. Wide receiver, based on injuries, some of those guys are moving, but that's injury related. Why, Ollie Gordon and Jalen Wright? Come on, man, please. Like, Ollie Gordon is way better than Jalen Wright. Why does he take snaps? Why doesn't he?
But then again, I wouldn't read into that too much either. Once they get,
why not?
Because once those guys are going to shine when they get out in preseason in these practices, because they're going to play most of it, and then we'll get a good feel for like who can run.
Why not dangle the carrot though, Joe? Why not dangle the carrot? Hey, you want this job? It's here. That's what we talk about with all these minimum salary contracts and all these draft picks. We're saying, oh, come here. There's an open opportunity to come get a job. There are no competitions going on right now. None. Zero. Very, very, very few in terms of guys who legitimately have a chance to unseat somebody. If you give, that's the one thing I'm not a big Flores fan, but the one thing I really enjoyed about Flores, especially his first season, is if you practiced well, no matter who you were. That's how we discovered Nick Needham. You practiced well, you got called up. You practiced well yesterday, you got called up today. Back in 2019. That's when we were in training camp and this undrafted rookie kept starting over veteran players. And we're like, huh? Why is that? And yeah, he didn't make the 53-man roster, and he initially began on the practice squad. But you could tell the Dolphins saw that there was something there.
Again, you're jumping on this whole process way too early, man. Of guys out there learning and cutting back, but
why can't Ollie?
Why do we have camp? We have camp for 6 friggin' weeks, man. Patience, my friend, patience.
No, we've been doing this for 15 days. Why don't I get a teaser? Why is everybody locked into where they are? Why?
I don't think that's the case. Kevin Coleman's making a move, man. Kevin Coleman keeps laying away
because Malik Willis has to work on the outside because of injuries. That's why Kevin Coleman's making a move, and he's impressing, and he's doing well. I'm not surprised. I wrote a column saying he was going to be the rookie receiver that contributes the most. He's talented and he can contribute, and I'd love to see him have a open competition for that slot spot with Malik Washington. But that's not the reality of what's going to happen.
I just think the veterans groups, somebody's got to line up with the first group. Somebody's going to line up, and then you work the young guys in. It's always been like that that's just the way it is. And by the way, it's the same way at the young high draft picks. They jump ahead, and our top two, our 2 number ones are going to start.
Yeah,
they're going to start.
That's fine, and I don't have a problem with that. But I want to see competition, Joe. Don't talk about it if you're not going to be about it. And I did not see that during OTAs. You talked about it,
but getting this thing, they pretty much told you too. Once this running game gets in, and the things that Malik Willis can do is going to be a big part of it, and Quinn Ewers can't do. So I just hold off. Listen, man, I'm glad to see, and it sounds like I'm blasting Quinn Ewers is throwing the ball nicely, but physically, the other guy
absolutely superior, no question. Not even.
And listen, man, if he's bad and it looks bad and he ain't picking things up, I don't think they're going to be afraid to make a switch. Okay. I'm not saying it right away, but
I don't disagree with you. However, why should I not?
You want to see an OTAs and mini camps. You want to see guys getting shifted in and out because they have a bad day because they don't know what they're doing.
Yep, absolutely. And I want guys to feel the pressure.
Forward learners, hey, you ain't gonna be in here right now. Okay.
Listen, everybody's got to earn their keep. Everybody's got to produce in order to stay where they are. Or if you right now, you gotta be able to dangle the carrot. Give a young player that's progressing and showing you promise some incentive, and not because of injury. Yeah, but Ollie Gordon, you telling me he doesn't deserve to work with the starters for
no. I'm with. By the way, if there is one example, I'm with you.
Thank you
on that one. No. I agree. Ollie did some really good things, man. When he got some playing time last year, he did some nice things. I'm with you. He's more than just get me 2 yards, which we turned him into last year, right? The short yardage goal line guy, and I like to see more of him. And I get that the other guy's got an extra gear and all that stuff. So
yeah, but he don't have vision. He don't have vision.
So no, he doesn't have the natural instincts that. I'm not disagreeing. I got you. Yeah, and you're right. You're right on some of this stuff. But I think, coming into this season, they had a pretty good, everybody in the other 31 NFL cities knows exactly what you have and don't have, right? They got a pretty good idea. When they got here, they didn't just line guys up off let's go. They had some guys they liked from what they saw on film, and
absolutely. And that's why, and that makes sense in a lot of cases, like the Juju Brents and the Dante Traders. But there are other instances where there should be opportunity where a guy performs well and a guy should get tested to see if he's ready to handle the next level. Yeah. And I'm not talking about when injuries happen. And, that's cool and great to say that you're going to be about competition, but it needs to be backed up with actions too. And that's the one thing. Yeah. There's one disappointment that I've seen from Jeff Hafley's first couple of months. That's it, because there's no competitions.
I don't think he's looking at competition right now. I don't think for him it started. I think it's preparing guys right now with learn. Part of your job's going right now, because I had Jimmy Johnson came on and said number one for him is dummies. Dummies will kill you. dummies that can't learn and they don't know now, and you come back and they're going, they don't know. No matter how talented they are, you can never trust them. So I just think that stuff, and I'm not reading into who's running with the twos and who's running with the ones. And when a guy that plays well in the twos, you guys write about him. I talk about him same way, like, hey, excuse me, Kevin Coleman, man. Absolutely. 83 in those smooth looking shoes, man. He he looks smooth going across the middle. He looks fast. All those things. I'm with you on that. But anyway, yeah, man. This so what do you want to see next three for OTAs before they break?
I just want to see the offense took a step forward in minicamp. They had 2 impressive days. The turnovers stopped. I would love to see that just continue. Just not to say that the defense is not where it needs to be, but I would love to see that the offense is developing chemistry. And you could tell Malik Willis is developing some chemistry with Jalen Tolbert and Malik Washington. I would just love to see that volume turned up a little bit more.
Omar, thank you, man. Appreciate you coming on. You guys allowed to go out to every practice this week?
No, just Tuesday. Tuesdays are one sneak peek.
All right. Thank you, Omar. Appreciate you coming on. Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist. You got to read the article. Really, really good stuff yesterday. And I read this morning. It was really, really good stuff with the Miami Herald. Hey, we got to go to break here. We got a lot more stuff to get to here. But before we do, Marlins are off today, but Arizona's in town for 3 starting tomorrow, man, and they got a lot of cool things going on that we've been talking about with the Diamondbacks coming in town Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You can score great on some really cool deals at the ballpark. They've always, that promotions department of theirs so good. Bring your crew with a 4 for $44 presented by Pepsi. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, popcorn, drinks, and all for just $44. Or you could choose a 2 for $25 and get 2 tickets and 2 12-ounce canned beers for just $25. Get your tickets now at marlins.com/tickets. Yeah, Marlins look good, man. 4-1 win. Sandy Alcantara, another strong outing, 7 innings pitch, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. And Otto Lopez, man, he's looking like they ain't the best shortstop in the league right now. He's looking like one of them. He is just, what a great story he's been. Tuesday, by the way, Max Meyer tomorrow will be on the mound as the Marlins have won 5 of 6. We'll be right back.
If it's going down, you know we on it. If it's going down, you know we on it. WQ.
Dolphins. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody, what do you have for us here on a Monday morning? Tell me the weather's going to be good first. We look all right on the weather outside?
So far, so good, Joe. So far, so good.
Oh, it looks good. Yeah.
So we had F1 in Monaco over the weekend.
Yeah.
And Martin Brundle, who walks the grid there at the beginning of the race, he likes to get these interviews. They've gone, some gone good, some have not. So he ran into Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Who is with Lewis Hamilton at the moment. She tries to work her way through every major sport.
Made it official, though. They're a couple.
What's that?
They made it official recently. And
gotcha. Yeah, she's working her way. I mean, she's at F1 now.
Apparently, Hamilton's mother really liked her, too.
She's done NFL, NBA, F1. She's got a few more to hit.
I'm not getting it
before she completes the career slam there. But anyway, Joe, so she's there with the OJ girl. And
wait a sec. Who's the
other Kardashian
you're such an ass
might
clown.
have the same plastic surgeon as Michael Jackson. But anyway, here he is trying to speak to them on the grid.
Kim, Martin Brundle, Sky F1. How are you today? No, don't, you don't need to push me, mate. Normally people will have a quick chat with us. Are you enjoying F1? Yeah. Okay, Kim and Chloe, so we're not talking today. And let's believe they might do. Let's see who else.
Yeah, that went about exactly how you thought it was.
Did they get blown off just the way it sounded? Yeah.
They turned around and started walking the other way.
They're afraid he's going to ask a question about the relationship or
maybe they didn't know who he was. I don't know. Someone should probably give him a heads up. They're going to walk down there, but yeah, it did not go well.
I'd just be setting them up if I was a producer around him going, hey, go, knowing some guy's not very nice, and just, hey, go talk to him, ask him a few questions.
All right, Joe, cool story here. A PE teacher in Maine has broken another Guinness World Record for basketball. Ryan Martin, who goes by the name Dr. Buckets, that's a cool name, by the way, for a teacher, has shattered the record for most NBA three-pointers made in 24 hours. He needed 10,704 shots to break the record.
Okay.
This is a bizarre story. He'd been shooting basketball since 9:30 a.m. on Sunday. Went all the way overnight here. Said the middle of the night from 2 o'clock in the morning to 5 in the morning. That was tough. But he did it. And he owns the record here, Joe.
Okay.
I don't know if people figure this stuff out. But he also holds the world record for most NBA half-court shots made in an hour.
Oh, okay.
So he has 2 records.
All right. Boy, who has to be with you to keep track of all that stuff? That's
a tough gig there, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I think someone from the Guinness Book for World Records has to be there, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Make sure it actually happens. I don't know. Maybe you book them and they come out.
There are a lot of people out there really into that. Like what?
Breaking records?
Yeah, breaking
records.
records.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's big.
Yeah. You don't seem too interested. I know you're interested in this one, Joe. Taylor Swift's courtside seat from the conference finals. Remember, she went to the game with Travis Kelce in Cleveland?
Yeah.
You can now bid on the seat that she sat in.
Come on, man.
Yep. It is up on online right now. You can go bid. It is up to $6,000. It's got plenty of time left here. I have no idea what something like this will sell for. But
find her and get her to sign it.
I don't think it's signed. But
wow,
she sat in it. Her ass was in it, Joe.
Okay,
whatever that does for you. She also, I don't know if you saw this. Do you see where they're having the wedding?
No,
they're having the wedding at Madison Square Garden.
Kidding?
Yeah, this would seem very strange to me too. So Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce will over 1,000 people at Madison Square Garden. Between 1,100 and 1,200 people is expected to show up July 3rd. Yeah.
I thought they'd go away, man. I mean, really go away. And
you would have thought, yeah.
Beautiful place on a lake somewhere, on the ocean. And I didn't think they'd invite that many people either. That's a whopper.
Yeah. Well, they went basketball arena on you.
Yeah. That's a whopper. Ooh,
yeah.
Man. Okay.
By the way, I just saw Bam was at the French Open men's final.
I did see that. They're going around. They did, and there's old Bam sitting in there. Yep. I did see Bam. Big tennis fan.
Everyone likes a good 7-hour tennis match.
Well,
How long was the final? Was it long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, my wife was into it, so we sat there, and she's screaming at every point. Like, I've never seen her act like this in any sporting event, really into it, and was really rooting for the big German Sasha Zverev to win because she knows he hasn't won anything and thought it'd be really cool. And Woody, it's like you waste a lot of, we bitch if any other sporting event goes 4 or 5 hours, and all these great tennis matches go 4 or 5 hours. And you're going, oh, there's 2 I want to watch today. And all of a sudden you're going, I'm not going 7 or 8 hours on this. And you can wipe out a day.
Yeah, maybe they don't have much going on in these other countries. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, that was
a lot of free time.
Good. But I did see Bam Adebayo over there. Bam's getting around and enjoying himself a little bit. At least he wasn't hanging with Jimmy.
Was Jimmy there?
No, but Jimmy does go to a lot of those events.
Jimmy might have been in Monaco for the F1. I thought he was right. He was doing something.
He's a big tennis groupie. Now, he likes to be in there, and maybe it's just the Miami Open. Maybe we're done with him.
I don't know if he was friendly with the players that were playing in the final. Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe they weren't big enough names. That's a good point. Oh, you know what? He is friends with Zverev from down here. He is friends with Zverev. Alcaraz, Zverev, Coco. He got to be pretty good friends with some of them.
Good point by our texter. Kardashian not dated a hockey player yet either. Yep. So she's got a few sports to go before she gets the what do they call it? The cycle, the Grand Slam, whatever you want to call it.
You want to go through the list real quickly?
Well, a lot of them are NBA guys, right?
Well, the first guy Mary was just engaged to the.
Is that Chris Humphries?
Yes. That was a cup of coffee.
idea.
That was quick. And then they badmouthed him. And
I think they might have had a wedding planned. So she's done NBA.
Yeah.
She's done rapper about 5 times. But she's got hockey, baseball, and I guess NASCAR, and then she'll complete the career slam.
Her sister.
Which one?
You know, the one you've accused her of
Mm-hmm.
being OJ's kid.
Not my original thought.
No, but they're saying it's not. She's come out and said it's not my daddy.
Have you seen her recently, by the way?
She looks good. She's had a lot of surgeries.
Completely different person.
Yeah. Yeah. You date her, you're going, wow, you look a lot different than you used to. Those are good surgeries, those are.
She's ran through her fair share. Lamar Odom, that was.
Yeah, but she went James Harden, and he got the hell out of
that.
Oh,
yeah, that's right. James Harden was involved.
No, that's not.
Yeah.
Not
well, Reggie Bush was with Kim.
Yeah, Reggie representing the running back room in the NFL. All right. Hey, listen, we got to go to break here before you get me locked in. We could do a full show on those two who they've been dating and married to. Hey, I want to talk about Gary and Harvey. Yeah, Gary and Harvey are good friends of mine. I do like them. I'm very open about them because I think they're not only really good human beings, but I know they're really good at what they do. I'm talking about Harvey Cohen and Gary Judah, the partners of Cohen and Judah Injury Law Firm, personal injury attorneys, ready to make sure you have a great experience. So listen, there's no such thing as a great experience when you have a slip and fall, automobile accident, you're in pain. You need somebody that is going to come in and handle your case from start to finish, and that's what they do. More than 30 years of experience, big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, small enough just to call you back. See, communication is important to Harvey Cohen and Gary Judah. You want updates. You want to know how your case is going. You want to know. You're hurting. You're wondering. Some of these other law firms that you're dealing with, first of all, you find out all those great-looking guys that are in all these TV commercials actually haven't handled a case in years. So they hand you off to all the to another attorney in there. They're called handoff attorneys. And the handoff attorneys carry 200-300 cases there. So, yeah, they don't always get back to you. Like, I got a lot going on. I can't get back to this guy. I get to you when I get to you, man. Calm down a little bit. If you're not getting the service that you should be getting, especially when you're in pain, you need Gary and Harvey. Matter of fact, I would just say go to ConanJudah.com. You can leave anytime wherever you are and come over to Harvey and Gary. But do this. Go to ConanJudah.com, read the reviews, partners who you can always get a hold of, and find out what everybody's saying about them. When you go to ConanJudah.com, read the reviews. They're fantastic. People really care about that personal touch that they have. Call 866-FAIR-FEE. And remember this, they don't pay other lawyers to do the work you hire them to do.
low price. You save with your Pricito now. Save now with your Pricito at the Real Hyundai. Starting with the Marlins, who took 2 of 3 from the Rays with a 4-1 win yesterday. Miami will get a day off today before beginning a 3-game home series with Arizona tomorrow. Over to the Dolphins, who resume OTAs in Miami Gardens today. In the NBA, the Knicks will host the Spurs in Game 3 of the NBA Finals with New York leading 2-0. Tip-off is at 8:30. And in tennis, Alexander Zverev won the French Open. This is his first Grand Slam win. Time for weather, brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Helping keep your home and family safe when the storms roll in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for your free roof and window estimate. We're in the low 80s and about a 5% chance of rain today. Joe, send it back to you.
All right, Woody, and we will find out, man. They are going to break Wimby down, Wimbenyama's game, who got roughed up in that last into that game, man. They had a chance. Oof. Those a pass, only to find out the guy in front of him was jogging down the court and not looking for the pass, hits him in the back for the turnover, and then missed a good look. I got no problem with that shot, by the way, Woody. No problem at all.
That was a great shot. It was a great look.
Missed it, and they lose as Brunson made the field goal. Made the free throw. And
it's funny when he makes that shot, they're ripping Brunson for missing a free throw.
Probably. I don't know, though.
Funny.
I would just say this. I hope when you look at the big picture, like Brunson's on a hall pass. Like, I get you got to close it out. Don't get me wrong. You got to close it out, and he's going to be a big part of it. But he has been
I can't see the Spurs
good.
winning this game tonight. The spread says they're going to be right in there, but I just think this series is over. And it may be over. They might get one in New York.
It is hard to lose the 2 games. You work your butt off to get the best record, and without a better record, a good enough record to get home to start home court for the first 2 and lose them both.
You think they get blown out tonight, the Spurs? Are they just completely cooked?
I don't think they get blown out, but yeah, man, there's that's got a little deer in the headlights now, man. All those young guys but they were so mentally tough against Oklahoma City, Of course,
I don't know, man. The Garden brings the best out of people.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
it's a different animal. Karl Anthony Towns has played great. Bridges has been really good. No, and
an interesting crowd out there now. You got millionaires sitting in the top
top
rows of that place.
Yeah, you got people who can buy businesses sitting at the very top tonight, man. You're right. And this is the best you could get? My God.
Could you imagine spend $6,000 or $7,000 to sit in the nosebleeds for a finals game?
Well, you said it to start the show, and you might be right. This might be the most expensive ticket of all time.
Yeah, at least
of all
get
time.
in price.
Of anything, even Super Bowls. This is
you can usually get into a Super Bowl for what, $3-4 grand?
Well, again,
depending on who's playing.
That might be a little low, 3 or 4. Maybe last second somebody gets stuck with the ticket, but you start talking about what's Madison Square Garden hold, 19, 20?
Yeah, it's got to be something like that.
They're all in that range.
Yeah,
but limited, man, and a lot of New York folks and the old New York money and the new New York money and the people back on the bandwagon again. Hell, ESPN probably sold 100 tickets to the people who work there. That love affair. Damn.
Those guys will all have good seats tonight. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
They're on TV right now.
I hope I don't see those guys crying tonight. If I see Stephen A. or Greeny crying, or not necessarily tonight, they're not closing it out, but getting all emotional on TV and stuff.
Now, if you don't like Knicks fans, this thing is set up beautifully for a collapse. Right?
I don't know. I think I'm closer to the brooms coming out than I am that collapse.
I don't think the Spurs have any shot to win this series. The Knicks are playing way too well right now.
And by the way, I know it's going to take a little bit of a back seat because of the numbers, but my God, Las Vegas, the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah, hockey's been good too.
Been good. They win double overtime. Hell, Vegas up 4-0. You're going, well, this is going to be a blowout. Don't turn it off in the third. Hurricanes come back and score 4 goals. That thing went double overtime. Just nuts, man. So a lot of cool stuff. A lot of great stuff. Got the World Cup starting up. And French Open is over. And Marlins home for 3 after today against Arizona. So we do have a lot of stuff going on. I know we got the OTAs and mini camps. And I know a lot of diehards are really into it. And look at, you can like stuff that everybody says or doesn't say and not like what the other guy says. And it can get a little mean and stuff, then that's okay because you care so much and all that stuff. But this quarterback situation, that this Quinn Ewers thing, listen, he's had a really nice camp. He has. He looks comfortable. He looks like a different guy. I totally agree. I'd be lying if my eyeballs, what I saw, and I looked to see who was throwing it and all that stuff. But to throw this GM and head coach in with the past is just not fair. They took this job. They knew it. They knew what had to be done, and that's lose a lot of your dead cap space. They had nothing to do with it when it was going on. We screwed it up. The cap people, the GM, the coaches that were cheerleaders to get guys new contracts, it went overboard. All of them are responsible for this mess that we're in. And they're gone. Most of them are gone. Not everybody, but most of them are gone that were around some of these decisions that were made. And this thing about same old, these guys didn't come in blind to what they have on the team and what they've added. Now, does that mean they might be wrong? Is there a chance that Malik Willis and Quinn Ewers aren't the guy and that guy is still out there maybe in next year's draft? Maybe. It's not crazy. And if they don't see improvement in Malik Willis, with obviously if you go out there, you'll see the difference in physical talent. You'll get to see that. But that there's more to the game than just that. But they've seen him up close. They chose him over the guy they had. They watched the tapes on his last 3 games, what he can and can't do. They watched him out of college, Green Bay, saw him just like every other team saw everything Quinn did. But you got to give him, look at whatever, you can call me a cheerleader all you want, but you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. You have to. As soon as I saw the money, I didn't have to say anything else about open competition. And anybody out there thinks everything's going to be an open competition? Really? So do you think, like, for those offensive linemen, did you really think they're going to be open competition knowing this team? Did you think the defensive line positions were going to be wide open? They're all going to play a lot of football. They're going to rotate with Sealer and those 3 young guys. Do you think differently? There's going to be a lot of time for when there is going to be some competition, and it's going to be in those preseason games because these guys are going to play more preseason football than we've had since we started the new rules of not playing guys in preseason. These guys are going to play like it's a practice. Be plenty of time before you decide and you want to jump on the Omar thing, that's fine. There'll be time to find out who can play and who can't. And if guys can't play, they won't stick with them unless they have nothing else. So anyway, yeah, but you can't just throw our GM and head coach in with what we've had here in the past off of these OTA and mini camps. You just can't. It's just not. Somebody's got to get out there and run with the 1. Somebody's got to run with the 2s. Somebody's going to run back and forth between the 2 groups. I just wouldn't read into it too much. That's kind of like who's hot and who's not at practice every day when you're putting in a new offense. And he had to stop it because he put in a lot of stuff to circle back around for mini camp because he wanted to see guys have more success and not be thinking so much. So they could just play faster. And they did. They looked a lot better. So it's a good move by Coach Hafley. But this whole thing about here we go, same old deal, same GM and the head coach doing the same things. Okay. Is that what you think? That's what you think out watching guys in shorts out there in these practices? You know what? You'll all be able to go out and watch once this thing in July, in August, and then you get to see it. But, man, if you're making decisions right now, putting in a new offense, a new defense, and they didn't even put everything in. They just put their fundamental stuff so these guys could start to understand everything and get them all set up for camp where they can't compete. Now, I get it. It's a lot of passing going on, so you can evaluate quarterbacks a little more and receivers a little more. But I mean, I'm not even reading into that. The young guys, young receivers get more and more comfortable. There'll be a lot of guys move up the ladder, and the injured guys come back, and they'll jump in there. Anyway, we got to go to break. But it's fine. It's all good that people care and stuff. But reading into Malik Willis already, like he was some backup and had never played, or they don't know anything about him, and they just decided to pay him that kind of money, the GM and head coach, just to see if they could get you salty. No, just not the case. Not the case. Or even if we're talking about Gordon or Wright playing more right now behind Achane, I think they're both going to play a lot of football. And neither one of them going to play ahead of Achane. So anyway, hey, we got to go to break. We got more stuff to get to. I want to talk about president of Chill Zone Air Conditioning, Melissa De Verona, family owned and operated. My message is the same as yours, man. There's a good chance if you've lived down here for a while and it gets hot during these summers and you're running those air conditioning units hard, they break down. I've already had one breakdown where I had to have Melissa come out and her people come out and fix my air conditioning unit. You're going to go through it too. And if you're frustrated through the years with all the bad service from air conditioning companies, it happens, man. There's a lot of them. It's a terrible reputation they have in general. No matter how nice their ads are and the trucks and everything else, man, if they're not on time, they don't know what they're doing when they come out. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. How about when you have a problem, you want to call somebody, you can't get to the top because that person at the top doesn't have time for you? That's great. Well, you're not going to get that from Melissa De Verona and the people that take her trucks out with all the experience every day. If you're ready to try something new, the next time you have an air conditioning problem, go to chillzoneac.com. Melissa takes all the calls, finds out what the problem is, and then they do as close to the hour as possible. When they got people coming out, it was so amazing. First of all, he gave me a 2-hour warning and then said he should be there like 10 minutes, gave me a time. He was there within like 2 minutes of when she said. It was incredible. And I just like, man, I want to tell people, whether you need a new air conditioning unit, you need service on the one you have, or duct cleaning or anything else, call 786-378-2778. Tell them you heard it right here on 104.3 WQAM. That's chillzoneac.com. If you want to get more information, stay chill with Chill Zone Air Conditioning. All right, welcome back, and good morning to everybody, man. As we get set, listen, I sit here and talk about everything going on in South Florida. There's one thing going on, that's the Knicks. Get ready to go tonight.
Well, unfortunately,
back
I've seen a lot
home.
of Knicks fans coming out of the.
Well, listen, we got a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
It's a great sports story. It's a very good sports story.
It really is.
It's kind of a shame they're not going to be able to, have their parties outside, which seems like it's been
But
kind
I
of the
gotta tell
vibe
you,
of the whole thing.
All the old New York fans, Knick fans, are out. They found those
Yeah.
old jerseys and wearing them around, and
It's
they
always
should.
cool to see a drought end, though, right?
I don't know. It hasn't ended yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember seeing like the Cubs win one was very cool.
No.
I got family there, and that was like a really big
No,
deal for them. The Red
When
Sox finally ended theirs.
Somebody figures. Look at even Detroit just winning a playoff game, turning it over.
It'll
to us.
happen, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it can't go on forever, but
Yeah, it's when you finally get it figured out. And look, they fired coaches, they fired GMs, and the owners fighting with former players, and it's just been a disaster. And then it just comes together. And by the way, in the middle of the season, a lot of people, it doesn't work, and Karl Anthony Towns, and too much. You gave up too much for this guy, and that guy you gave up too much, and now you're going, wow, they're all healthy, and they're playing really well together. They got a couple nice guys come off the bench, and they got a closer, man. They got a closer because you're in a lot of tight games, and you got a guy that when it's all said and done, Jalen Brunson, look at some of the shots he's made. He has been a just pure closer. Even the way, forget how he shoots early, and he didn't have a great shooting night. Numbers were not good overall, but he had a couple big shots when he needed to. And the other side of this, man, is San Antonio, no matter what happens, and Wemby's going to be the target of everybody. What are you going to do? Get rid of Wemby, a young guy that looks like he is going to be a star in this league, playing with all those other young dudes?
they got a nice team over there. I mean, they should have won game 2. The line tonight leads you to believe that they got a shot in this game, right? I mean, I would have thought they'd be pretty heavy underdogs.
I'm not going by line, though. Would sometimes you just got to go like,
wouldn't you think they get blown out in this game tonight?
I don't know about blown out. I don't know. Like, the Knicks go through their droughts, too.
They do, but man, this is like, I mean, it's like the biggest game they've played in New York in ever.
So, first of all, those guys need to keep their eyes on the court the whole damn time and
not be looking at all the celebrities.
That's my favorite concert over there. I love that. Oh, that movie just came out. Oh my God, I just saw. Yeah.
People in the upper deck are going to be pretty well off tonight.
Hey man, they know everything they do for this game is going to be under a microscope, and it is going to get big numbers. I don't know if they'll be the greatest numbers of all time. As I recall, working at NBC, MJ put up some really big numbers in finals.
I guess there's going to be a lot of people that tune in just want to see the scene out there tonight.
Yeah. Well, part of the scene outside is gone.
All of the scene outside.
The president's coming in, and so they said, hey, the outdoor party, leave it to Toronto. We're out. We won't be doing that tonight for this game. So anyway, I think we're kind of curious to see, is it going to be a blowout? Is it going to be a tight game? Is it going to be an upset, or the Knicks rated? How about they win 15 straight games, finish this thing out? Then the discussions of great teams, and the problem with that team is they don't really have a lot of stars. Like, you look at all the teams that win championships, and it's been some pretty good star power.
Yes, Jalen Brunson's barely a star. I mean, he's very quiet. Right. I mean, he doesn't like scream superstar.
No, he's not the most athletic guy.
No,
but he is just
a hell of a player. Seems to keep quiet for the most part.
And he is also, whoever thinks that you have to create your own shot, you got to be real athletic and jump over people. He plays
He's
below
not a
the
stiff,
rim.
though, man. He has some pretty nifty moves there.
Oh no, he goes to the
he's
basket.
He's shifty.
No,
he's quick.
he goes to the basket and he scores. And
a lot of slow players over the years that were pretty good. Like James Harden's incredibly slow. Paul Pierce was probably the slowest player you'll ever see.
What made you throw Paul Pierce into this group?
I'm just thinking guys that were really slow.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to put Brunson with Steph Curry at this point, but listen, what he's
Not
doing
even
right now
close.
is a great story, and I think now we're curious, one side or the other, of what's going to happen tonight. But I think a lot.
They're crowning him on ESPN right now.
Well,
man.
half the guys there got
Yep.
season tickets. Those games, of course, they are. But boy, Wemby,
This has the potential to be the most incredible meltdown of all time.
Let me
too,
ask you,
So
what does Wemby play like tonight? Does he?
I think they need more from the rest of those guys, though, man.
Those other guys, some of them have played okay.
Like, you need more from De'Aaron Fox. Like, where's that guy been? Like, he needs to. You can only get so much from Wemby.
So Fox had the bad hamstring, right? Was it the hamstring he was limping around, or the ankle?
Those guys, a lot of them have been banged up.
But nobody wants
You
to hear
still
that.
need more from those guys.
Nobody wants
tonight.
to hear that right now.
Their season's on the line. They know that. I imagine they come out with some desperation.
But I got to tell you, saying all that, I ain't touching that team in San Antonio. Maybe De'Aaron Fox. They're saying De'Aaron Fox might be a guy you can get in the offseason if you want him. He's not helping his value, by the way he's playing right now. But I'm really curious to see, man, the future face of this league is a guy playing in San Antonio. How will he play tonight? Throws a pass, hits a guy in the back. He's
you
not
just hit me with
looking.
face of the league?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. That's a big ESPN talking point, the face of the league.
Well, who's it been? It's kind of been a guy in Denver and a guy in Oklahoma City, right? A little bit.
I don't know, well, the guy in Denver doesn't seem to move the needle for anyone. And Shea, I think, suffers because of where he plays.
He doesn't suffer. He just won back-to-back MVPs.
I know, but he doesn't seem to have juice for a guy that's won 2 MVPs. So I said Brunson flopper. I was arguing this with someone the other day. Like, I don't think Brunson's a flopper.
Everybody flops a little bit.
Label him a
no,
flopper.
time out. Everybody flops a little bit.
Yeah, it's part of the game, but I wouldn't label him.
And when a
like
small guy gets caught in a one-on-one situation against a big, strong guy, he's going to flop. He's going to, as soon as you bump into him, he's going to fall backwards like he got hit in the mouth or something. Yes.
That play that he just showed, he flopped. Or when Wemby throws the guy up, throws it off the guy's back, and he catches the ball, and he's trying to go back up the sideline, he just falls down.
Good play.
Yeah, he got the whistle.
Draw the call.
He got the whistle.
Draw the call. That's what he did.
Yep.
Yeah, I always love him. And, I get it. I get it from family with with talking about the Lakers and how bad Luka and LeBron are. And I'm like, oh, my God. And let me tell you something. They look at Golden State guys and they see the same thing, man. Anyway, I'm going to be watching. I have no idea. I think I got an idea the Knicks are going to win this, but you got to watch, man. You never know, man. That's why we watch. Just when you think you got things figured out.
It would make for good theater if the Spurs find a way to win this game, though. Put a little pressure on the Knicks, right? Because they're in cruise control right now. You got to put a little pressure on them.
Oh, man,
Make them earn it.
So many chances at the end of that game.
Yeah.
Bad pass. What's the chance he throws that pass? The guy's not looking. He throws it, and the guy.
Even with that being said, they still had a great shot to win the game.
No, a great shot. Wide open. Wide open. He missed it. And by the way, take it again. If it happens again, he's wide open. He's going to take it again. But, yeah. And then we haven't talked about this, the Giannis thing. Antetokounmpo, and today's not the day. I admit today's not the day, but that's where we are. We're talking about trying to get a star while the Knicks are up there trying to win a championship. It is going to be so disappointing if we don't get him. I'm tired of reading articles. Still the favorites to get him are the Heat. You got to get him. You got to get him.
Well, they're teasing us. He had pictures down here and all that stuff. I saw any of that stuff over the weekend.
And by the way, there's no question in my mind if he says, I want to play for the Heat. I don't care who you get. I want who you get back. Just leave me Bam, and I want to play for the Heat. That it gets done. It gets done. If he's throwing out a couple of names, different deal. Pat Riley, the Heat, they need to get. I don't want to run it back with the same guys. And I'm not saying there isn't a chance they can still get some other guys, but Antetokounmpo is the guy you want. That's the guy you want to get. All right, Woody, we got to go to break here, man. We got all kinds of stuff going on here. this morning. And you ever think that would be taking a back seat? You're talking about taking the number one guy out there, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, who, if he comes here, will average almost 30 points a game. You agree?
Yes, it'll be a big splash too, man.
27, 28, 29, 30. And it will be good for business. And you can get guys around him. You'll be able to get enough that you'll be better off than what you're going to run a back with, for those of you who think we might run a back. Atlantic Men's Clinic. Oh, my gosh. I'll tell you what, you dealing with low T and ED, guys, huh? Energy level. Let's talk about the low T energy level thing. Foggy, can't sleep as well as you used to. Now you're not active, but you're still eating the same amount of great food that wife cooks up every night, and you've noticed you've gained 20 pounds. Oh, my gosh. This is what happens. All those walks and all those things you guys used to do, and little pickleball and all that, maybe a little doubles tennis, and now you've decided, I don't know if we can do it, not on the bike anymore. Hey, listen, that, and then usually the sex drive is ED, it kicks into. And when you get them both, boy, it gets everybody's attention. I know it did mine 2.5 years ago. Atlantic Men's Clinic made such a big difference for me that I want to share it with everybody every chance I get. You go there, you set up that first appointment, you get your T, your PSA test, you meet with their professional staff, they explain everything to you. You got to be honest with them, tell them what's going on across the board. They're going to put you on a program that's perfect off your results, your test results. We'll put you on a program that fits what you need to have great results quickly. And I mean quickly. 7 locations in South Florida to serve you, including a brand new location in Hollywood. I go to Plantation, 877-455-7300. Set up that first appointment. Don't be embarrassed. Tell them Joe Rose said to give them a call. They'll take really good care of you, get you started. And if ED and low T are a problem for you right now and you don't want it, and you still care about those things, your energy level and your sex drive, well, listen, mine was gone. And it is great to have it back. And you can get it back, too, with Atlantic Men's Clinic. Go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Folks, guys, it works. man. He is just having a career year. 2 more hits, 336 on the season, and 86 hits, leads the league. And so nice stuff. They're off today. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday against Arizona. And Max Meyer, who's also pitching really well, is on the mound tomorrow night. So they have that. And then we got OTAs today, Tuesday, and Thursday. Then summer break for the Dolphins. And then we get back to whatever competition and who's hot and who's not. And then we can decide what's going to happen. We can decide and see what Halfley is and his coaching staff and get started with. I got to tell you, man, to me, this is completely different than anything. I know we keep bringing up Brian Flores and what he dealt with that first year and everything, but this is this got an amazing. Well, everybody's on the same page on this one. It is super young, and it is going to be for you to have a chance and have success later in the season or even early. Boy, you're going to need a lot of young guys or guys that have been backups or have lost playing time over the last few years. That's what this team's made up of, and have to have some guys really take the next step in their careers and be frontline guys and be starting type of players. I'm saying stars. You're not going to get like 20 stars out of this, but frontline guys that can play in this league. So that'll be big. But to me right now, all this stuff's learning, and you can read into it. I just remember walking around lost with the first few days, and blitzes are coming. I had no idea, just the whole thing. But there'll be plenty of time for all these conversations about quarterbacks, and a lot of you will go to practices, and you'll see it for yourself, and Malik and Quinn and all the rest of them, and Achane and Gordon and Wright and the receiving core and who's playing and who's not playing and who should. The starting 5 on the offensive line, basically the only question there is Savaianai, is he going to be the right guard, or could DJ Campbell beat him out? Because DJ Campbell's going to get some chances. Their pick. And by the way, Sawyer may get some chances too, who's played a lot of football. So those guys could push it, and we'll see if Savaianai can hold on to that job. But if he's not playing well, he's not going to be there. He'll make his way after last year into a backup. That's what he'll get. So, yeah, I don't know if we have 2 or 3 really good pass rushers, pure outside line up and get pressures on a quarterback. I don't know. I don't know how much Chop can do. I'd be lying to you. Even coached up and with Austin and everything else, I want to see it. But for all this stuff, once everybody learns everything and figures it out, and the new offense and the new defense, then we'll all come back together. And we'll have plenty of time for talk about your favorite players. And then, by the way, everybody's got favorites. I see some of you already big on Quinn from what he did the last 3 games last year in Mike's offense. And haven't seen or don't know a lot about Malik, except he's athletic. So, man, go out there and watch them next to each other, throwing the ball with the 1s and the 2s in camp. And I'm guessing they're both going to play a lot of football in the preseason with all these guys. All right, so we've got all that. And then on top of that, man, to Vinny Viola, the owner of I started to call him co-owner, the owner of the Panthers, co-owner of Golden Tempo, as he wins the first and third legs of the Triple Crown, wins the Kentucky Derby, comes back and wins a Belmont Stakes. So congratulations to Vinny. And boy, I'll tell you what, man, that horse starts from behind and goes, all right, let's go now, and just runs everybody friggin' down. It's incredible. All right, you ready? All right, let's do it. Crazy. So
I love when you talk about horse racing. It just reminds me of that altercation you had.
I'm not.
Is that the Hard Rock, right? You had that go down?
Yeah.
I
told Seth, Seth, she's an idiot. Said sitting there and at a charity event. But
Dayload managed this horse in the second race. They did load management for this horse in the second.
No. That's why they didn't run it. Go,
Yeah.
no, our horse needed rest.
Everybody needs load management.
Everybody, even horses.
Yeah.
Hey, man. There's
Even the big horse.
Even the big horse, man. Big horse got value away from the track, too, there, brother. The horse has got a lot of value besides looking. I'll tell you what, though. It's funny. We were watching the race, and they are beautiful, man. Those they're the most beautiful horses. I mean, they look different than those Davy plow horses I drive by with all the kids on the horses out there in Davy. And I got a lot of horses out where I live, but
they're probably different kinds of horses, aren't they?
Yeah, we call them fun. I was calling them plow horses, but they're not that. But they don't look like they're in the shape as Omar always says. About Kenneth Grant.
Yeah.
You notice he skipped by Kenneth Grant again today when he's talking about biggers and he's talking about everybody else, and he just couldn't go.
They do need to find a way to get them to run in all three, don't they? Because I'll be completely transparent with you here. I did not know that they had the third leg of the Triple Crown yesterday or Saturday, whenever it was.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I just knew after the race. I think they said pretty quickly, no, we're not. It's too.
Was it on national television? I mean, usually
they all been on.
I know the Kentucky Derby was because I watched it, but if you don't have a horse going for the Triple Crown.
A lot of people watch. You see the numbers? They're crazy.
I didn't, but if you're not going for a Triple Crown, it kind of defeats the purpose.
No, I think the horse made a lot of money, actually.
I'm sure it did well for the owners, yeah.
I think the value goes up with, and again.
Maybe they should do something where the horse is not eligible for postseason awards or something.
So you know what they have talked about, I know you, because I am interested in this a little bit. They talked about spreading out the races because the thing has been, how quickly can you run these expensive horses?
Well, yeah, whatever you need to do, but
the last thing you want to do,
get them running.
By the way, they don't break their leg and they fix it and they go back and play they're done. They put them down, bro. Boom, done.
That's what happens. They break.
What do you think? What do you think when they go down? What do you think? Horse glue?
I think you may have another confrontation from this horse lady if she happens to run into you again.
No, they have to put these horses down.
No, they don't.
What do you think they do?
Oh, come on, man.
Are you being a dumbass?
Do you really think they just take them out back and
when they break down and you see them limping off, a lot of times
driving to camp right now. You're telling them this stuff.
Oh my God!
First of all, I think they do. Don't they do the stud thing?
I'm telling
where
you,
they make other horses.
No, I know what you're thinking, but no, I would have thought that at one point in my life. First of all, you shouldn't.
Why don't
say
you call
anything.
your friend the horse expert?
You're the freaking one that got me in by your dumbass comments. I didn't even make it, and she thought I made them.
They were not dumb comments.
Me.
This is the second year in a row we've had load management in horse racing, and I just,
No, but you're not aware of horses break a bone. They're done. That's it.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't think they.
What do you think they do? Let them limp around and limp around outside while all the other horses are running around. They go, come play with us. They can't.
Oh, I'm hurt. They do that thing where they make other.
I'm hurt. He's such a dumbass. Now you got me being a dumbass.
Make baby horses.
Hey, and that lady kissed my ass just for you over the track too.
My God, man.
Yeah. Mean lady. Mean lady with no name. I actually have her name and out of respect.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
We should have her on.
No. She spends money with Seth and people at the Jason Taylor Foundation, so she's
okay.
Got a good heart. I think it was just a me thing. Sometimes you get that. Sometimes you get that.
I'm not saying she's a bad person. I think she just wanted to correct your misunderstanding.
About breeding? No.
I think you're off on this one, too, to be quite honest.
No, you're not.
I don't think they do what you're saying they do as quickly.
They put them down.
I mean, maybe eventually. But...
No, it's pretty quickly. Where's Vinny when I need him? Where's Vinny Viola? Come on, Vinny. I don't care about the folks at Gulfstream. I don't care. Down on the whole group. All right, hey, listen, what else you got there? Woody Forest, man, coming up at 9 o'clock.
All right, Joe, I have something good here. This is big for everyone. DraftKings Sports is live in all 50 states. That means Florida. The whole world will be watching one tournament, group stage chaos, knockout drama, stoppage time, heartbreak. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in Florida. So whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you are in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app right here in Florida. The world's biggest stage is in the palm of your hand. Yes, the DraftKings Sports app now live in Florida. New DraftKings customers, sign up with the code 1043WQAM. Spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards. That is code 1043WQAM. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim, issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year, ends June 28th. Terms at dkng.co/predictions promo.
Beach for a little solcito, and when we want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at the Doral Hyundai. Starting with the Marlins, who took 2 of 3 from the Rays with a 4-1 win yesterday. Miami will get a day off today before beginning a 3-game home series with Arizona tomorrow. Over to the Dolphins, who resume OTAs in Miami Gardens today. In the NBA, the Knicks will host the Spurs in Game 3 of the Finals. New York leading 2-0. Tip-off is at 8:30. And in tennis, Alexander Zverev won the French Open. This is his first Grand Slam win. Time for weather, brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate. Joe, I think you're going to be in luck today. You're going to get some tennis weather out there.
We need that. I need to keep it going, man. You ever notice people after they see something? I'm guilty of this. You get all fired up watching something, and as soon as it's done, you want to go out and play. Like, I don't know if you ever watch golf.
Yeah,
I see golfers all the time.
The Masters, of course, yes.
Oh, man, I just got to go out and play tomorrow. Oh, my God, I got jacked up.
Yeah, it's natural.
Just get out there.
I got to tell you something I saw over the weekend. I didn't know that this was a big thing, but right next to the big park by me, right next to the pickleball courts, they have a beach volleyball set up there.
I didn't know that.
Like, it was like 6 courts just like all lined up.
Are you talking about Brian Piccolo Park?
No, this is the Sue Ellen Athletic.
I'm not sure what that is. Yeah.
It's on Sterling, like right near the high school.
Oh.
But they had this. They have tons of pickleball courts, obviously very popular. No tennis,
a lot of
not
injuries.
as popular. But then
a lot of injuries out there.
Then they had this big thing of beach volleyball. Are a lot of guys playing beach volleyball these days?
There must be in that area. I know there's a lot of pickleball players out there.
Oh yeah. It was packed.
I know that because they throw it in your face. Everybody plays. They want everybody else to play.
I don't think so. I think it's a very welcoming community. It's not like the tennis community. The tennis community doesn't want anyone.
No, we're just a little stingy on the calls.
I don't know. You guys are always fighting with
those
each other.
lines. Those clay court line calls are hard, man. They're hard to make. Let me see. Oh, it might have caught it. It might not have. Okay.
I think pickleball players are generally more honest as well about the calls.
I don't know about that. Guys I play with are all good guys to call. Hey, by the way, before we get going, we want to let you know that June 14th, join Baptist Health at the Men's Health Summit in Doral. Screening, expert advice, real conversation that matters. It is amazing that men and women, you do everything, work, family, life, make everything a priority except taking care of your own health. And we want you to come out. It's time, especially as you get older, and who knows, it might just save you from something. Enjoy food, grooming, screenings, prizes, and connect with men taking control of their health. No excuses, no guesswork, just action. They really have a lot of cool stuff set out there, so you can bring your kids with you. Register now for the Baptist Health Men's Health Summit in Doral. That is coming up June 14th. Visit baptisthealth.net/Zotime. Lonzo Mourning, by the way, one of the greatest speakers. If he doesn't, like, you will, when you hear his story, you will sprint out and want to go get a physical. You'll want to get checked. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. You'll apologize to your general doctor, and it'll be amazing. So anyway, wanted to get that in here on a Monday morning. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. We got the Knicks tonight. Can they make it 3-0 as they did the tough part, man. They went to San Antonio and got not 1, but 2. 13 straight playoff wins for them. And
you see the amount of Knicks fans at those games?
Oh.
A lot cheaper over there.
Their fans all giving up their tickets.
Yeah, a lot cheaper.
So we just want to go. They're all going. It's funny. Yeah, it's a who's who. Tonight will be maybe set a record for the who's who because they'll catch them all. What's that on ABC tonight? Is that?
Yeah, they're all on.
They're on ESPN, ABC. Yeah. Okay,
which is good because you get the inside the NBA crew, I guess.
It's great.
The other, the drawback on that though is you get Richard Jefferson on the call.
I like him. You and I totally disagree
really?
On him. I like him a lot.
Yeah,
I like Richard Jefferson.
When he said in the closing moments of game 2, when he said there's too much physicality out there, he should just walk away. Just leave. Just go watch something else, man.
I don't know.
If the game's too physical for you, go watch something else.
Something must be working because he's not affecting the numbers.
I know.
Huge numbers.
But how could you, it's just getting too physical out there?
Too much physicality, he says.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Go call Uncle Pat down the street and ask him about.
Why don't you go broadcast golf or something if it's too physical for you?
Yeah. Call Ronnie Rothstein. Speaking of physical.
Yeah, right.
He had his freaking guys knocking guys down. Like, you know the deal. Michael Jordan to the basket. Knock him down.
Speaking of
Put
that,
him in the first row.
You don't think the Spurs are going to go out without a fight, man? They're going to, I'm guessing, try to take it to these guys tonight.
The problem
every
is,
dirty play they got in the book is coming out tonight.
No, but the problem is Wemby is just a tall, skinny, talented dude. He just, I don't know. After they've done a good job with him. They really have. Overall, I don't know what else to say. I'm not down on him. He's still a crazy talented guy. What did he finish? Third in the MVP? Is that what he finished? Third, fourth? Made the all-D team, obviously, because blocks a ton of shots.
The other thing, too, I imagine he will get better as his career progresses. Like, he's not.
Look at the jump he made from last year to this year.
Yeah, he's far from a polished player. I mean, obviously, he's 9 feet tall, so, no one can block his shot, and he affects everyone at the rim. So he's got a lot going for him because of his height, but I do think he's got a lot in his game that he needs to develop, and I think he definitely needs to learn how to play with his back to the basket. I think that's a big, big problem in his game, Joe, that he gets the ball and he's out of the three-point line. And when he puts the ball on the floor, that ball's got to travel a long way up and down in those hands, man. People are swiping. He's dribbling the ball off his foot. Like,
all right.
He needs to get the ball in the blocks, in the post, and have some sort of post-up game.
Right.
Don't you think?
Yeah, he needs all his stuff. But, guys, he needs to gain some weight if you can. I don't know how much he can gain. But, yeah, they're getting physical with him. They're shoving him around a little bit.
Maybe they'll bring in James Harden.
He's still a damn good player, though.
Help him
what anybody wants to say, and Karl Anthony Towns is in his head and renting space and all that stuff. I
think Wemby's playing well. I don't know. I mean, as far as I could tell.
Just
for what he is, Joe?
Yeah. No. He's been.
The guy's young. I think he's stepped up and played very well throughout the entire playoffs.
He's got some dude. By the way, he's got two guys he plays with younger than he is on that team. So,
yeah, nice young team there. They do. They're going to be good for a while.
It'll be fun to watch. Hey, Nelly Korda, by the way, U.S. Women's Open champion. Congratulations to her. By the way, you know what got me, Woody? The money's catching up, man. For the LPGA, $2.5 million for Nelly Korda, the number one player in the world, winning that tournament. She got a great story. She and her family, Korda, her brother is on the tour for tennis. They got a really athletic family, and she is really friggin' good on top of everything else. By the way, speaking of French Open, Sasha Zverev, congratulations, man. He got it. Got it done. Had a week, and he had to hear about it for a week. Like, hey, you're the favorite now. Everybody else is out of the tournament. All the favorites are gone. It's your tournament. You're the next guy. And he finished it off yesterday. Able to get the win and get his first of his career. So he's gotten rid of that, that label that everybody gets. That what do they always say? The best player in the game to not win a championship. And so anyway, he got it. Charles Barkley's got to live with it. He met hell, right? They hit him. Do they go through, how many shows they go through where they somehow it gets to that for him?
Yeah.
That's their jab to him. But he wins every day, brother. He wins every time.
Probably wishes he would have had one, but.
Oh, yeah.
That's tough.
Course. Yeah. No, man, all those guys wish they had one. I'm sure they still go through in their mind.
Career, but
they still go through their mind.
By the way, Barkley's had maybe the best broadcasting career out of any former athlete, right?
For that role, for doing those pre and post game shows, yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't know anyone who's done better. By the way, universally liked Charles Barkley.
Yes,
I've never run into someone that says I can't stand listening to Charles Barkley. Never in my life.
He might rub some people, but I think
but he's joking always though.
Yeah.
Like his stuff is not mean spirited. He's actually a really good guy if you ever met him.
Yes, he is a good guy in person,
which is cool.
He takes shots at himself.
But I've never ran into anyone that's like I don't like Barkley.
And I gotta tell you, from the day that Shaq got there, He lays into him too,
Yeah.
man. It's great. And now Shaq's loosened up. Right? Shaq's I didn't know how Shaq was going to fit in on this show, right? How much those guys complement each other really well on that show.
I think Dwayne, by the way, does a very good job on TV. I think he's been pretty good.
Yeah, but he's not those guys. He's not those two.
No.
Ernie.
Who knows how much longer those guys will do it, man.
Hey, I got to tell you, TNT putting those teams together for their pre- and post-game shows and halftime shows are really good. They have found a character. They have found greatness. They just really do a good job across and get into all of it and have fun busting each other's chops. And I don't know, man. I think people appreciate that everybody's not up there telling them how great they are and what they, still talk about it and disagree, on things. And this guy's got to play better. They call guys out. They're not afraid to call guys out. Look at that ESPN NBA show before. Look at the people they went through on that show trying to get it right.
Terrible.
Now they're trying to mix them in sometimes on the other show, but yeah, just not anything new you put on that show knocks out the chemistry a little bit.
Yeah, we also don't want to see guys that are openly cheering for a team either, right? Like when you're watching a broadcast like that, you don't want the fan stuff, and these guys can't avoid it because they want their tickets.
I don't know why I'm going to give them the credit. I'm going to give them credit that they truly are fans.
Well, I'm sure they are. But some of them take it a little over the top. Like this guy with his Aaron Rodgers thing was a little much.
Which one?
Greeny with the Aaron Rodgers. Remember he had the jersey and all that. He was a little much.
Oh, yeah, that was
a little over the top. Someone said, texted in, can you imagine Wemby learns the sky hook like Kareem? He's got to get a post game. Like he just has to.
First of all, he's got really good hands. He is really smooth. He's got a nice touch. He just needs to keep growing his game, man. I'm guessing he will. Look how much better he got. But he's not there right now, and he's not there, and he's playing in games he's never played in his life.
Mm-hmm.
This is an international play right now against Serbia. This is a different deal.
Thank you.
So can't throw a pass when your guy's not looking to hit him in the back at the end of the game. That doesn't work.
That being said, you still ended up in a pretty good spot.
They got a good team now.
But they ended up with the shot to win the game. Shot that guy makes 9 times out of 10.
And by the way, he was wide open.
Yep.
That thing
He's always open, but that was a fantastic look.
All right. Hey, we got to go to break. Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage got a great look for you, as in getting you approved quickly, getting you the lowest rates, and definitely has a program for you, no matter what it is. First-time home buyer, I want to let you know, if you are a first-time home buyer, very little money down. He's got a great program for you with the lowest rates possible, so you can next time get all that paperwork done, so you can get in there and get that home. You see it, you jump in, you got it. And that's one of the things he does. He does a lot of things. 30 years of he's been doing this. Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. And I always say this, whether it's debt consolidation, maybe it's a reverse mortgage, more popular than ever. If you and your spouse are 62 or older, you qualify. Sitting there with all that equity in your home and could really use it. Through the years, you paid off the home or almost paid it off. Obviously, it's gone up in value, and you're sitting there with all that money going, honey, I would sure like to get that out. We could use that right now. Let Michael Kotze get it done. He get it done half the time at the big banks for you. And then for people out there living in condos, interest rates are higher, high insurance rates, HOA fees going up. They hit you with that we all got to chip in some extra money for some work for the building. Oh, my gosh, you're going, I don't have that money. I was going to retire. Now all of a sudden, 20, 29, 30% credit cards. Oh, my gosh, you're just a mess there. Well, if you're going upside down and drowning slowly, let Michael Kotze fix everything for you. No matter what it is, this is what he does. He's great at it. He'll take great care of you. Matter of fact, go to Google reviews on the web, Choice Mortgage Reviews. Hear what they're saying about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. He has no life. The man works 7 days a week. Call or text him, 561-441-2730. It's 561-441-2730, MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change. Daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender. I have learned, but I've known this for a long time, and I've lived it, how beaten up the Dolphin fan base is. Right? They want to know, and they should know, like, okay, how much longer am I going to wait? I must get it all the time. Like, Joe, how good are we?
Well, this Knicks thing is a good example of how hungry a fan base can get, right? When things start going well. I mean, look how desperate people are for tickets to see this thing. Because that hasn't happened in 50 years.
Yeah.
If the Dolphins made a playoff run of some kind.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine?
The problem is because of this long drought, and some of it just dysfunction. A lot of it has been just. I'm not even going to sit and blame players. I'm going to blame everything else about it. Everything over at that training facility, and so our fan base is somewhat beaten up. So anything they do, even with two guys who have come in and, I mean, we cleaned out. You know how you go in there and you clean we did a while back. We got rid of all the old clothes and all that stuff. And
they're not somewhat beaten up. They are very beaten up.
So they're like, how long? How long am I looking? I go, well, it's going to be. No. They're like, no. I'm just, this is crazy. Like we're seeing other people get a figure. I go, I get, I know. And so now people, you're like, hey, these guys, boy, they're walking and talking differently, man. Like they got this thing. They got a good game plan. Well, how long's the game plan going to take? And then, our guys write or say something, and then they're like, well, why are we doing that? That's crazy. So a lot of what you guys are working off of right now is OTAs and mini camps. But I get it. No matter what anybody says, and I know this year if things go and they get blown out in some games, I know you're going to be thinking the same thing as everybody else. Like, well, this is terrible. This is thought we're getting better. That's not better. So, and you ask everybody to be patient and take patience pills, and nobody, your fan base doesn't want to do that. Like, no, we don't want to do that. We just want to be fans of this team, and then they bring up the 72 team. Sometimes they bring up the teams in the 80s that went to the Super Bowl, didn't win anything, but won a lot of games. And it's been a drought. It has been. And I get nobody gets the benefit of the doubt for a lot of fans. Not all fans. I don't put everybody in the same category, but a lot of fans that find this show are just not believing. And so we'll see. Man, that's all I have for you. I'm just glad we cleaned house because that wasn't working. That wasn't going to work. Was the rules, regulations, people making decisions wasn't going to work. And then even during the season, we started when we were over in Madrid. We find out they got rid of some people who've been here 25 years. And I was like, wow, I didn't know we had anybody who'd been here 25 years. How could somebody be here 25 years? We've been bad for 25 years. Nobody should be left that's been here for 25 years. No one. So they got rid of a lot of people to do it their way and not the way that it's been done around here. So anyway, that's all they can do right now. And we got all that dead money, and there's no way around that. We made some bad financial choices on contracts. We did. We made them across the board. Wasn't just one guy. A lot of it was a quarterback. And I'm sure when this thing was getting ready to go down, everybody who's running to the principal's office say, wasn't me. What's that song? Wasn't me. So anyway, they got rid of most everything. Not everything, but most everything is new. So that's all I got, Wood. I mean, I see it coming in, and so we'll see. I will tell you, read Omar's article today, though. That's in a nutshell what it's about. That's his best article for me that really wraps up about everything with this team is what they're doing right now. That is the plan. Player development quickly and coach these guys up and see what you have.
And it's exciting, right? Like to me, there's a lot of excitement heading into the season. I know it might not be the best team, but at least there's something to look forward to, right? You find out how these guys draft, how they develop,
find out
coach.
Yeah, no, the whole thing. They're young guys, a lot of young guys. We got 3 groups of guys. We've got a huge rookie class. We've got our second-year class that we're counting on 3 or 4 guys already have been mentioned a lot this offseason. And then we got the guys that we got in free agency who most of them all had something in common. Didn't play as much, have had some success in the league, but at 26, 27, 28 years old are trying to get their careers going again and show the league that they can play or start or a combination of both, get in the rotation. And they're kind of on show-me contracts. 1 year, real cheap, to show the Dolphins and the rest of the league that you can still play with everything else going on. So that you're not a backup, that you're a starter. We got that group in there as well with the free agents. So those are that's what you have. And coach them up, find out what the coaching looks like, discipline's like, and hopefully drama-free on top of everything. I think we'll be drama-free. We don't have – I can't imagine.
One time, right?
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Yeah.
Something will happen, but you just hope that it's not like something outrageous like that's happened seemingly every year here.
You know what I'd like to be the worst thing that happens this year? Is Coach Hafley stand up there and say, we had a guy late today and won't be tolerated or something like that. You got that problem. You're all right if that – because guys are going to be late occasionally. Things are going to happen.
Oh, now it's okay?
No, it's not okay. We're talking about
You're softening. Maybe did someone work on you over the weekend?
No, but
trying to get you to lighten up on the whole late thing.
No, guys have been abusive. Guys have taken that late thing. In case you didn't notice that when they left that year, and Mike thought it was a great idea to let.
I know it was a problem, Mike. I'm not trying to get y'all riled up here.
That it was a serious problem. That's all.
Well, now Mike doesn't have to worry about that. It's not his problem anymore.
Hey,
when
listen,
guys show
man.
up.
Mike's in a great situation. But I got to tell you, and he is, because all he's got to do, he can be one of the guys. He's the offensive coordinator. He's got Justin Herbert as his quarterback. He's going to put in a great running game. He's going to come up with some creative stuff. He's got a really good offensive line that's healthy with those 2 tackles coming, offensive tackles, high first-round picks. And he's going to get another chance to interview for a job. But I got to tell you, if he goes back into that, we're teammates and
I wonder if Mike wants another head coach.
Oh, yeah,
job.
he does. Oh,
I don't know, man.
No, 100% wants it. Oh, my God. He handpicked this job because
he's going to probably have that thing rolling.
Okay.
In L.A., I'm guessing.
And he's going to get a chance to interview again.
I like this text that came in here. Joey's always make me laugh. If they hadn't wasted money on Willis, we would have had money for other players. Willis was their first move, and he's a bust. They should have known that. They made a huge mistake.
Yeah, well, thank you there.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you know so much more than our head coach.
Maybe he's been out there watching minicamp.
Maybe he was up there in Green Bay with them the last 2 years. True. That guy could have been a fan that was there every day and goes, I don't see what they see in him. Maybe he was. Because he couldn't just be working off what our writers are saying about him. It couldn't be that, could it? He wouldn't be that guy.
Well, I don't think anyone's seen much of him, even the writers.
I see him out there throwing.
Yeah, throwing, but, I mean, gotta at least wait till you get to camp.
Would he?
I would wait till we get to the games to really make my judgment on the guy. But
we have already we and our football fan base has already made decisions in some cases on Malik Willis and Quinn Ewers. Both ways.
I haven't met anyone that wants Quinn Ewers to start, but maybe if the other guy wasn't here, then that would have been an option. But I don't
remember the Skylar Thompson thing. For a short memory?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my God.
He
should
really
be our
starter.
Preseason. One of the greatest preseason shows we've ever had, Skylar Thompson.
Mm-hmm. I also think there's probably a lot of Tua holdover fans down here that are angry still.
Why?
I don't know, man. They like him for some reason. I don't know.
They like when he forgets to throw the ball in the end zone.
You're not supposed to do that anymore because then they'll get mad at you. We have this. There's like an account that's got Tua as its thing. Like I don't know if it's like his burner or something, but all these people do is tweet about Tua.
But
they love him.
That's fine.
He's very lovable, Joe. Apparently.
Lovable guy.
He's a part-time football player.
Part-time football player have time for you. If he's part-time football player, have time for you guys. Come down and join the club.
I can't wait. I hope he wins the starting job because that way we get at least one time a week. We get to hear his antics. Twice a week. I'm sorry. You get the midweek press conference and then the postgame.
So
you get to hear his thoughts, whatever's rattling around in there twice.
The first time he throws 3 touchdown passes and 300 yards, and they win.
That'll sting. Yep.
I can't wish him the best. I just can't. I can't do it.
Guy says, not if, but when Tua wins the Super Bowl with Atlanta, Hollywood owes everyone the biggest apology. I'll be first in line, sir. Tua wins the Super Bowl.
Is that what that guy's got?
Yeah, he's got Tua winning a Super Bowl. If Tua wins a playoff game,
by the way,
I would be beyond stunned.
You got to love being a fan right there.
Yeah.
He's not even talking about Tua starting and having a little success. He's talking about taking them right ahead of the Rams and Seattle and everybody else.
Whatever.
That's where we live.
Hey, maybe it'll happen, man. Crazier things have happened. It's like the Sam Darnold thing.
Hey.
I don't want to hear that they have nothing in common.
Let's do this. Let's just talk about Tua. He was smart enough. I'll tell you what, he's not as dumb as I thought he was because he went indoor. That was smart. And he went to the most talented offense you could go to. He's got a good offensive line. He's got good players around him. He's got a back that doesn't run as fast, but a guy that's really productive in that running back position.
I don't see the Falcons as the number 1 seed, so they're probably going to have to go on the road in the playoffs. And everywhere is cold in the playoffs.
We're just talking about all those indoor games he gets to play in by.
I know. I'm talking about his Super Bowl run here.
Well, you got all those indoor games, and then you have Tampa Bay to come down here. And by the way, how great is that for Tua fans? They can go to up to Tampa Bay, drive it up there to see him.
Atlanta's close too.
Yeah, a
lot of flights into Atlanta, aren't they? A hub?
Yeah, everything.
A hub.
Everything you can go to.
Delta? I think Delta's
good old
got
Delta,
their,
man.
Yeah. There you go.
Anyway, yeah. I'll tell you what, this topic, I could have just skipped everything except the Knicks, maybe, and San Antonio, and just done the whole thing with, I got to tell you, our boy Omar's on to something. Malik Willis and Quinn Ewers. Get ready for it. We'll do it every day. Just do it every day. Wasted money on Malik Willis. Those guys just took him just to piss us off. All right. It's crazy out there. Hey, Woody, we had something really cool this morning, and we had Jimmy Johnson on early this morning. He's going to the Knicks game, and he joined us to talk about a lot of things, including a lot of stuff with the Miami Dolphins, and we're going to have that for you coming up here in just a few minutes. So stay with us for that. And we got a lot more coming up tomorrow morning. We're going to jump into some college football as well. We'll have a lot follow up with the Knicks and everything else. But we're going to have Jimmy join us next.
Text WQAM on the Kendall Toyota text line at 305-567-0.